all under one roof at 807 North Washington Street in Junction City. JC Abstract and Title is always proud to sponsor our hometown Blue Jay athletics and athletes. Have a great year, both on and off the field. Go Blue Jays from Junction City Abstract and Title.
Brian Field here with Coach Randall Zimmerman. Coach, tough game last week. A lot of things happened. It was a really strange game. Got over about midnight, couple weather delays. It was kind of an interesting evening.
It really was. Reminded me of, a couple years ago in the playoffs against those guys. Same place, same field, but, a couple years ago it was just ice cold and raining the whole time. And, Friday night we had the lightning and all those kind of things, but that's no excuse for us. We're trying to push the buttons we need to push to get these guys to play together, play unselfishly, and play through their assignments, play hard, all of those kind of things. And when we're on, we are really, really, really good. And when we're not on, we're not very good. And the other night was the same. We had spurts against Lawrence. Maybe the start of the second quarter through the middle of the third quarter, we outscored those guys 35-14 during that stretch. We had to point that out to our kids that week. We had to point it out again last week, and we pointed out this week to them as well. The other night against Northwest, a really, really good football team. We come out of the gate 14-0. There's a weather delay, but that's an excuse that we cannot use. We came back, and we gave them. They earned it, but we had them 3rd and 12. We had them 3rd and 12, and we had to play May. We need to make the play there. They're punting the football, and I think we keep the momentum that we had going into the delay. We don't make that play. They score. They have a little pooch kick. We're not covering it like we need to be covering it from our back guys. They get the ball. They march it down. They didn't score on that drive, but they got it. They turned the ball over to us on the 2-yard line. It made it really tough and couldn't get it out of there, punted to them, and they ended up tying it up. But then again, we take the lead 21-12 and another rain delay. We didn't learn the first time. We had some unfortunate things go on during the delay. I didn't realize it was as severe until we got back out on the field, and we were just flat. It's something that I've got to get done. I'm really, really trying. We're busting our hind end with these kids. They are young, but we need to clean up. We need to clean up full games for us.
You mentioned the offense. You had the first drive, you moved the ball a little bit, but the next couple of drives, nice mixture of run and pass, and really had some good success.
We really did, and kids were making plays. We had a couple of open receivers there in that first drive and just didn't quite convert, and then put some points on the board offensively. And we were moving the ball all night offensively, but we ended up the night with 5 turnovers, and you can't turn the football over against a very good team like that 5 different times. And then, towards the end is a little bit of an effort thing. We're getting close to midnight, but they were close to midnight as well. A little bit of an effort thing that we need to clean up, and those kind of things. But it is what it is right now. We know how we got to 1 and 2. We know how to get out of from the spot we're in, but it's a matter of doing it and not just talking about it.
So this week, obviously, a lot of people talk about it, and I know over the years we've talked a lot about the rivalry and everything that comes with this game, the fanfare, and what goes on and off the field and all the things that go with it. But really, this is an important game because of what you just mentioned. You're 1 and 2, and you need to turn things around a little bit here, and team's plenty capable. But Manhattan comes to Blue Jay Stadium tonight, and same Manhattan team, just some different faces, same kind of offense. They like to control the clock and get some long sustained drives with their running game and their short passing, or their short and intermediate passing game.
Yeah, it's same Manhattan team. Very, very disciplined, very tough, well coached, strong physical kids. Those kids are together in the weight room for 4 years. They have a little bit different situation there, but they're all together all 4 years, and not every one of their classes, the same age groups together all 4 years. So, that's a huge difference. They are a run-first type team, but they're really throwing the ball well this year and throwing it deep. And then defensively, they're just incredibly aggressive. They're in a 3-3-5 this year, and they're bringing so much pressure at their opponents. A lot of times they'll have 6 guys and sometimes 7 guys up the field, playing a lot of zero cover behind it, some 11. So, our kids need to recognize what they're doing back behind, but then we got to pick up stuff up front too, so we can throw the football, and we need to be able to run the ball effectively against them. We really think that, if we're doing it right, we can create some creases. It's a matter of making sure that we create them, picking up blitzes, and then getting the ball downhill against them, and picking up chunk yardage when we get those opportunities. Manhattan, the way they're playing defense, we know at times they're gonna have it right. They're gonna guess right. They're gonna stop us. Might have some bad plays, negative yard plays, but then at the same time, if we stay persistent, we carry through with our assignments, we have an opportunity to make some big plays against them as well. But very much look forward to this game getting going. Huge ball game for us, huge ball game for them, big rival. Manhattan games are always a lot of fun.
When you kind of mentioned, too, they're a team that they'll capitalize on your mistakes. They like to force errors. They like to force fumbles and turnovers and those kind of things. And so, obviously, that's something that really plays big in these games.
Yeah, it really does. And, we've been in some crazy games against Manhattan, and games where we come out on a winning end, games where they come out on a winning end. The last second field goal over at their place when, we just showed that to him the other night. Deontay Burton blocked it so well that he flew past the ball and we kicked it behind him. Just some of the craziest plays. I can remember games over there where last play of the game, they throw it up and ball bounces off a guy's chest and catches it back in the corner. So you got to finish everything. They're a very, very heady team. You cannot take a break anywhere in the ball game. You got to keep your focus throughout, and because they're good. They're really, really good. They're very physical. They're well coached, good athletes, and those kids are going to play hard, and they're going to play with great discipline.
I remember you were mentioning some old games several years ago. You took a defensive tackle, put him at fullback, and ran the ball really hard at him. I remember that night.
He ran it 36 times that night, I think. I think that's the number he ran, and I still see him around town, and he mentions that every single time I see him. There's just been – sometimes this game brings out some very odd things. It really does, and I look forward to it. I know both teams are going to play hard. Both teams are going to play with great discipline, and it's going to be a good contest.
Well, Coach, we're really looking forward to it. As always, we appreciate it, and go get Manhattan tonight.
All right, thanks so much for having us, Brian.
And when we return, we will continue with the Cardinal Insurance pregame show.
Getting you and your student-athlete back to health is our goal at Mathis Physical Therapy in Junction City. At Mathis, you can receive treatments such as blood flow restriction, dry needling, and concussion or injury assessments all inside our clinic, conveniently located at the Athletic Training Center on the east side of town. If you are suffering from back pain or your student-athlete has an injury that just won't go away, our team of physical therapists are here to help. Learn more at mathispt.com. Get well and stay well with Mathis Physical Therapy in Junction City. Go Blue Jays.
Offices function better with office supplies. The pen you're writing with? Office supply. The desk calendar your elbows on? Office supply. The file folders on your desk and the sticky notes on them? Office supplies. You get the idea. Now, where do you get supplies? Key Office Products in Salina and Junction City bring office supplies to you. Purchase online, then have Key Office deliver. Small and bulk orders, office furniture, and copiers. Shop local, shop Key Office at keyofficeproducts.com.
The Blue Jays play here, 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Welcome back into the Cardinal Insurance pregame show here on 107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK. It's 79 degrees. The sun's going down, just about set for kickoff on homecoming night. Also rivalry night with Manhattan in town. And Brian, time now for your keys to the game.
Well, we'll start off with Manhattan. Manhattan, of course, ball control offense, long sustained drives. They want to keep your offense off the field, and that's what they're going to want to do on offense. They're going to want to keep the Blue Jays offense and their big plays off the field. For Manhattan's defense tonight, they're going to have to stop the big play. The Blue Jays hopefully can have some success running the football against Manhattan tonight, but Manhattan's going to have to stop the big plays. They're going to have to guard those receivers and not let Conrad Gomez throw the ball downfield. For the Blue Jays, let's face it, the big thing, Manhattan's quarterback run. Their running backs don't touch the ball much. It's mostly their quarterback. He's throwing the ball more downfield this year, but here's the big thing. The Blue Jays have given up over 800 yards rushing the last two games. They have to stop Manhattan's running game tonight, period.
You can hear the Hartleys going in the background. We're getting close for kickoff. The Blue Jays and the Indians. A full crowd here tonight on hand for homecoming night, as the Blue Jays in their all-blue jerseys make their way onto the field. They'll run out of the tunnel, lined with cheerleaders, band members, and several other Blue Jay students, ready to rock and roll on homecoming night. Captains tonight for Junction City, Petrin Bartolome, Jamarcus Tyson, and Lavelle Autry. As the Blue Jays are in the Blue Jay tunnel, getting ready to go. And here come the Junction City Blue Jays on homecoming night. Jeremiah Reagan leads the Blue Jays up. He's got a Blue Jay flag in his right hand. And Junction City ready to rock and roll on a night where the stands are full in Junction City.
It's exciting. This is always one of the neatest parts of the game. I can remember always running out like that. Pretty cool. You come face your stand. One of the things I like about the new stadium and the way that we did this, we put the students right down in front in the lower bowl, right behind the team. At the old stadium, they were down on the west end, but it's pretty cool how that happens, and they come right out in front of the students. What an exciting time. Again, back to this, this is kind of one of those games. Anything can happen. Coach Zimmer and I talked about it in pregame interview. There's some different things that have happened. I can remember the field goal where the Blue Jays ended up winning after a very controversial call in Manhattan at the 1 yard line where they said the fullback didn't get in. But, we'll continue to talk about those things more during the game.
All right, this concludes the Cardinal Insurance pregame show. Back with the kickoff coming up next.
You're only minutes away from Jim Clark Chevrolet, I-70, Junction City. Well, it looks like sports are in the air. A couple of great teams playing today, Willie.
That's right, Bob. And our team has been servicing the Fort Riley, Junction City, Flint Hills region for over 41 years, Bob, and we're still going strong with 2 convenient service locations here under the huge American flag, offering Saturday service as well as collision repair facilities and certified service at our Grant Avenue location as well.
Okay, and inventory is a little high.
It's a little thin, but Bob, if you go to clarkcars.com, we've got inventory coming in daily. You can see what's in transit, and if you're interested in it, we can make sure you're first in line to check it out.
That's Jim Clark Chevrolet, I-70, Junction City.
The Blue Jays play here, 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Just about set for kickoff, ready to rock and roll right here on 107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK. It's a packed house tonight here in Junction City at Blue Jay Stadium. The Blue Jays in their home blue jerseys, blue pants, the white numbers, the JC on the side of the white helmet, Manhattan, and their white road jerseys. And they got the dark bluish helmets, the M on the side of the helmet. I tell you what, both sides have a full crowd, and we are ready to go for high school football on a Friday night.
Very exciting tonight, a big crowd. In fact, Nate Kozlowski, we'll talk about some different people that played here at Junction High School, some alumni that are here tonight for homecoming. Right in front of us, Nate Kozlowski, he was a fullback on the state championship team in 2008, sitting down in front of us. Several more, we'll mention some other people throughout the night, but big alumni sitting down here in front of us who was on the state championship team in 08.
Blue Jays 1-2, Manhattan High 3-0. Junction City has lost to a couple of teams that are in the top 5 in Class 6A. Another one in the top 10 comes to town tonight. The Blue Jays have proved they can play with anybody in the state. We'll see if tonight's the night they can knock off their rival on homecoming night at Junction City High School. The Blue Jays will kick it away. Manhattan High will be on offense first.
I like this. I like Coach Zimmerman. He usually likes to try and get his defense out there first. If they can get a nice stop here against Manhattan on this first drive, that can set the tone. I always like it. Set the tone with your defense. Got a couple of guests with us up here tonight, too. Dr. Eggleston's here, Superintendent, USD 475 in the press box with us. And then Ryan Norton, of course, a usual face in our press box here tonight joining us. And so it's always good to have people up here with us. We're going to have a good time tonight, Anthony.
We most certainly are. It's a perfect night for football, as I said in the segment previously. 79 degrees, the sun's going down. Wind not going to be much of a factor. They're going to tee it up from the 40-yard line. Ethan Heilman to kick it away. Homecoming night, week 4 of the high school football season. Ethan Heilman puts his right leg into it, and here we go, the rivalry game. It's going to be a touchback, and Manhattan's going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. Looked like J.J. Dunnigan wanted to bring it out. The officials shut it down. And J.J. Dunnigan, that's kind of who the Manhattan offense runs through. 6'3", 190-pound junior wide receiver, has got a Division I offer from K-State, but it all goes through the quarterback, Carter Aslan.
So their offense, they run the spread and the power spread. They feature the quarterback run. Their backs will touch it a little bit, not as much. This season they're throwing the ball more, though, and Aslan will throw the ball downfield. They like to control the clock with their running game and their short to intermediate passing game and try to keep the other team's offense off the field. You're right, Carter Aslan and Dunnigan are the two guys we need to watch.
6 foot, 175-pound senior quarterback. Receivers split out to each side, 2 tight ends in the game. There's a shotgun snap. Quarterback keeper Carter Aslan has it on the far side, and the Blue Jays bring him down in the backfield. That's Jaden Mears.
Great play right there. Stayed home. That was nice. He read that counter. Manhattan trying to go with the quarterback counter right there, right off the bat, because they've seen over the years teams maybe get away with that with the Blue Jays. Mears stayed home and did an outstanding job making the play right there.
J.J. Dunnigan comes into the game for Manhattan, leads the team with 12 catches, 212 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Blue Jays are going to put their best corner on him tonight. Shotgun set for Manhattan. 3 receivers set near side, 2 receivers back-to-back. Aslan looking to throw, rolls the pocket near side, throws, is going to be caught by the H-back. That's Landon Dobson. He's out past the 40-yard line to the 41. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for Manhattan.
Yeah, he just sat down in front of the safeties right there, ran a kind of a little post route, a little short post route. He is a senior, 5'11", 215. You'll see him. He's a big part of their offense and their defense.
2 receivers set, goes to each side. Aslan 1 for 1, 20-yard gain right there. 1st and 10 for Manhattan. Blue Jays on defense, first possession of the game. Aslan takes the shotgun snap, running play, and the running back falls for no gain. He tried to dive forward and get back to the line of scrimmage. On the carry right there, that is 21, Jaden Hudley.
Petron Bartolome did a great job right there. I think the back slipped because he was trying to make a cut because Petron Bartolome went right between the center and the guard and got good penetration. Petron starting at nose guard tonight. The Blue Jays are rotating some different guys in on defense. More guys going both ways. We'll talk about that in a minute. Petron's one of them.
Gabe Summerlin, Ryland Vikander lined up near side. 2 receivers go to the far side. Here goes Hudley in motion from right to left. Empty back, pass to the far side is going to be caught by Hudley, and Hudley's going to get down near the first down. Jalen Morgan swings him down out of bounds, shy of the first down, and we'll see where they mark it. Look like they're going to mark him at the 47, 48-yard line. Pickup of 7 yards, make it 3rd and 3.
Hudley's one of those guys you need to watch. He's 6 foot, 210. He plays back, and he also plays some H-back. And then you've also got Vikander, who plays tight end and some H-back. He's a senior, too, who's a big part of Manhattan's offense.
Manhattan's going to go heavy here. They're going to go out of the I formation. 2 tight ends go to the left. We'll see if Junction City can get a stop on 3rd down and 3. Running play, far side. The Blue Jays are there. Jamarcus Tyson shoves him out of bounds for no gain. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And is Manhattan going to go for it, or are they going to punt it away from their own 48-yard line?
Be interesting to see what happens. They may go for it here, but Petron Bartolome made that happen. He got penetration right between the center and the guard again. We watch him do that all the time. He forced the play outside, and Tyson came up running the kid out of bounds. Nice play right there by the Blue Jay defense, and they are going for it, Anthony.
They are going to go for it. Gabe Summerlin is the punter, but he's going to be lined up out near side at the wide receiver spot. 4th down and 3 from the Manhattan 48-yard line. We'll see if they're going to go for it. If it's a pooch kick, it's going to be a pooch kick by Aslan. And back deep is Lavelle Autry. It's going to bounce inside the 20 and go down to about the 13-yard line. So the Blue Jays get a stop on defense, and now here comes their offense.
So here's the thing. That's exactly what we hoped. It wasn't a 3 and out, but they did keep Manhattan out of the end zone. So that's huge. Here's the thing. The Blue Jays tonight, this is the key to the Blue Jay offense. Don't force anything. The Manhattan defense wants to force errors. They create turnovers. They want you to make mistakes so their offense can capitalize on those mistakes. The Blue Jays tonight, you hear me say this all the time, but I mean this, trust the process. We've got some young players, a first-year starting quarterback. He can't force the ball against this team. Manhattan's going to try to put pressure on him. I'd like to see the Blue Jays get the running game established early tonight.
Offensive line, Tymar Jones left tackle, Chris Coy left guard, Avery Florence the center, Petron Bartolome the right guard, and Dorian Coleman the right tackle. Out of the shotgun they go. Receivers split off to each side, a running play. Justice Fanati did not play last week. He's going to run it forward. Looks like there's going to be a loss of a couple on 1st and 10. Now make it 2nd down and 13. The wideouts on the play were Scholar Brown and Jamarcus Fornes. 9:45 to go and counting in the first quarter. No score yet. The Blue Jays touched the ball for the first time.
That's example, though. Very assignment sound. Manhattan's going to play their gap responsibilities. They're going to do everything just like they're supposed to do. You have to capitalize on their errors, and that's how you beat a team like Manhattan, because they don't make errors very often, but if they do, you better capitalize on it. And right there was a great play by the Manhattan defense on first down, making the Blue Jays lose yardage.
Out of the pistol this time, Norris the running back. Gomez throws far side, pass is caught by Scholar Brown, going in the wrong direction. Looks to be close to the line of scrimmage, the initial line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a gain of 5 yards up back near the line of scrimmage. Third down, and they're going to call it 8. So the Blue Jays complete their first pass of the game to Scholar Brown. And Scholar Brown's had quite the season so far.
He actually got 2 more yards out of that than beyond the original line of scrimmage. But that was a nice little pass out there, and that's what I mean. The Blue Jays are going to try and get their athletes out into space and use their speed and athleticism tonight if they can. Manhattan's big. They have an incredible weight program and really they work hard in the weight room.
Larkin Turner is the H-back. Scholar Brown goes from left to right. Shotgun snap. Gomez takes it, looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Gets out of one tackle. Now he's in trouble. Gomez just flings it up. And this is going to be an incomplete pass, and we're going to get intentional grounding.
If that's in the end zone,
exactly, it could be a safety.
If that's intentional grounding in the end zone, that's a safety. That's a mistake that should not have been made.
Gomez escaped a couple of tackles and then flushed into his own end zone. And they're going to throw a flag in the end zone. I think Manhattan's going to get 2 points right here. And we'll get the official call.
And that's a young quarterback, pressure game. Conrad's done some good things this year, but he'll learn. That was something right there that there was nobody there.
It does result in a safety, so Manhattan's going to get 2 points. You rarely ever see a team go up 2-0, but Manhattan's going to get 2 points. They lead it 2-0 after the intentional grounding penalty in the end zone. And Landon Dobson came screaming off the side for Manhattan, and then Gomez just could not get away. And now Junction City is going to have to probably pooch kick this away, trailing 2-0.
Well, it's unfortunate because, again, first time starting a game against Manhattan in varsity under the lights, and it's a lot. But right there, again, he was scrambling hard, but Manhattan's going to bring the pressure. They're going to get penetration. The line can only hold them out for so long. So right there, that's just a matter of keeping your composure, running that out of bounds. Even if you run that out of bounds to the 4 or 5 yard line, it's better than trying to throw the ball away like that. That was dangerous too, because if a corner would have just been staying home out there, that could have been a pick 6.
So now it's 2-0 with 8:27 to go in the first quarter.
So now the Blue Jays are kicking from their 20. So Manhattan's going to probably get some good field position here.
Heilman had a touchback on the first kickoff. We'll see how deep he can kick this one. Dunnigan for Manhattan is at his own 20-yard line, and Heilman's going to have to put his leg into this one. He is a soccer player as well. He's got a strong leg. And here we go. Manhattan leads 2-0 after the safety. And Heilman kicks it away. Good deep kick. Going to be taken at the 26. They're going to run into each other. Dunnigan runs into his man. That's 21 for Manhattan, Jaden Hudley. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Manhattan from the 30.
What's fascinating about that, Manhattan knows we do that. We do it all the time. I'm a little bit surprised right there. There wasn't a little better communication. And so a mistake right there by Hudley by Dunnigan running into his own man. And so that's kind of interesting. The up back going to catch it, doing what he was supposed to do. I'm surprised he didn't call for a fair catch there. But either way, now it was a good kick, good coverage kick for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jay defense needs to hold again right here. And let's see, is Petrin back in there at nose guard still? Yep, it looks like he is.
3 receivers come near side. Second drive of the night for Manhattan. Carter Aslan out of the shotgun. 3 receivers near side. 1 goes to the far side. Pass to Dunnigan. And here he goes out in space. Great stiff arm at the 35 and out at the 40-yard line. Looked like the Blue Jays were going to have Jalen Morgan going straight at him, but he got held up. And now it's going to be close to the first down after a nice catch and run by J.J. Dunnigan.
A little different look for the Blue Jays tonight defensively. So you've got Khalil Walker getting his first start. He's starting at an outside linebacker position. They have now shifted Jamarcus Tyson. He's going to play the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker position tonight. And then some different guys starting. Marshall Carman getting his first start. He's played a lot at corner this year, getting his first start at corner.
2nd down and 1. H-back is Dobson. Viscant to the tight end, lined up near side. Running play. Quarterback keeper near side. Aslan's got the first down. And out near the 50-yard line, they're going to mark him just shy at the 49 on the Manhattan side of the field. And Aslan gets up and signals first down.
That's that quarterback run game. That's what they like to do. Less handoffs, less chance of fumbling the ball there. They'll just run with their quarterback. We've seen that for the last few years. They've done it with Ashenbrenner. They did it They're doing it with Aslan now. They did it with Sharts the last couple of years before this, and so now you're just seeing that the kind of the next carryover. Aslan's the next guy, the next heir apparent at this offense, and the quarterback's going to run the ball a lot. And you can watch him just kind of slither and wait for the blocks to happen.
1st and 10 Manhattan. Vikander goes from right to left out of the shotgun. Aslan takes the shotgun snap, rolls, throws far side, and the pass is going to be caught. Jaden Mears on the tackle. Gain of 6 yards to the 45 of Junction City.
Great job by Mears right there. Nice open field tackle. But that's what I mean, that short to intermediate passing game. They're throwing the ball more than they have in past years, Manhattan is. And they need to be careful, the Blue Jays, because they will go deep. They had a couple of deep passes against Hayes, and that's not the usual Manhattan offense, but they will take a shot every now and then. You may see them take a shot right here because they look like they've got trips right, and that's when they tend to do that. It's out of the trips formation.
Exactly what they got. Out of the shotgun set, 3 receivers near side. Dobson, Dunnigan, and Summerlin. 1 receiver goes to the left, 2nd down and 4. It's going to be a delayed quarterback keeper. Aslan's got the first down, charging forward down to the 38 of Junction City. So a delayed QB keeper.
Well, the left side of that offensive line doing their job for Manhattan. You've got Garrison Vikander, number 52 at the left tackle, and Brandon Stroud, number 58 at the left guard, right there doing a really nice job opening a hole for Carter Aslan.
1st and 10, Manhattan moving the ball. This is their second drive. Manhattan leads 2-0 after getting a safety on Junction City due to an intentional grounding penalty in the end zone. 1st and 10, Manhattan. Receivers split out each side. The running back is Jaden Hudley. High snap. Running play to the far side. This is Hudley. Down the sideline he goes. And knocked out of bounds by Jeremiah Reagan inside the 20-yard line. And the first red zone possession of the night for either team goes to Manhattan.
Yeah, nice run right there. One of the rare times that they're actually going to hand that off to the back. It was more of a counter look. Quarterback ends up looking like he's going to go one way. The back comes back across, an inside handoff, and they get in behind the left side of that line, who, again, did a really nice job making their blocks.
6:29 to go in the first quarter. Manhattan on the move. They got a first down on their first offensive drive, then had to punt. That's when they got the safety, and now driving again. 1st and 10 from the Junction City 20-yard line. Tight set for Manhattan. Ball's on the left hash. Aslan takes the snap. Running play to Hudley. Going behind his blockers. Inside the 15. Cuts it outside to the 10. 5 to the goal line. Touchdown Manhattan. The 4th touchdown of the season for Jaden Hudley.
Yeah, right there. Same play, other side pretty much. He just ended up bouncing it out. The Blue Jay defense was going after him, but he just outraced them to the corner of the end zone, to the pylon.
And now it is 8-0. We'll see if they go for 2 or if they're going to kick it.
They'll kick it here.
And their kicker is Ryland Vikander, also playing the tight end spot. 20-yard touchdown run by Jaden Hudley. It's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. His 5th touchdown of the year overall. And now they're going to get into their usual set of kicking. Carter Aslan will hold. Vikander will kick it. 6:20 to go after the touchdown. There's the snap, the hold, the kick on the way. Right down the middle, it's good. It's 9-0. Manhattan leads it with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside when we come back. The Blue Jays get the football back for the second time.
Picture this. Junction City, Kansas, 1884. A businessman organizes the Central Kansas Bank. It has a fireproof vault, a burglar-proof safe, and a time lock to secure deposits. My name is Lindsay Snyder, and I am honored to say 140 years later that Central National Bank is still one of the strongest banks in Kansas. It's money for your life and the generations who will come after you.
Central National Bank. Money for life.
Welcome back to Blue Jay Stadium. Manhattan leads at 9-0. They get a safety, a penalty in the end zone on the Blue Jays, and then a 20-yard touchdown run after the short field due to the kickoff. Junction City will get the ball for the second time, trailing 9-0 with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. The Blue Jays defense looked strong on that first drive. Manhattan kind of imposed their will on that one.
So the Blue Jays, we've seen it. They've returned a couple of punts for touchdowns this year, and one by each of the guys back there. Bournes has had one, and also Scholar Brown has had one. So Blue Jays, let's see if they can get a nice return here, maybe even break one.
Vikander will kick it away. Manhattan coming in off a couple of tough wins back-to-back over Lawrence Free State and Hayes. Junction City coming in with a couple of tough losses off of Lawrence and then Wichita Northwest. Hayes actually comes to town next week. We'll see if the Blue Jays can get back in this game against Manhattan. Vikander to kick it away. Scholar Brown and Vorns back deep. Going to that far side. Vorns takes it at the 5-yard line. And here comes Jamarcus Vorns. And he's going to run out of bounds shy of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the wall was being broken, but that was maybe the wall looked like it might have been a little more inside there. Chose to go out of bounds, but Blue Jays are going to have the ball here at the, the 17-yard line. So, again, a little bit deep in their own territory, but Blue Jays are just going to have to trust the process. Again, don't force anything. We talked about the last one where we tried to throw the ball away inside the end zone. That's one where you got to live to fight another day. Just take that, run it out of bounds, let your punter do his job.
Conrad Gomez and the offense coming back out for their second drive. Scholar Brown out there at receiver. Jamarcus Vorns. Ball's going to be on that right hash. Larkin Turner's going to be in the game at H-back. Justice Finati in at running back. Good to have Finati back out there after he missed the second half against Lawrence and then missed last week against Northwest. Gomez takes the shotgun snap. Running play to Finati. Finati's out past the 20, down to the 22-yard line. Still driving his way, Finati out to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 8 yards, and Justice Finati running the football hard.
That's what the Blue Jays are going to have to do. Tonight we've seen some different guys rotating on the offensive line. Blake Proetti, who's played some fullback, is going to play some guard tonight. Chris Coy is going to play some guard tonight. Blue Jays mixing stuff up a little bit. They got some guys playing defense on the offensive front, so I think they're going to try and keep guys fresh. But if the Blue Jays can run the ball like they did against Lawrence, that could be huge. And that's what that'll help Conrad Gomez. Conrad, plenty capable, good passer, smart kid, and this will help take some pressure off of him.
Here's another running play. This time Proetti's got it. And it's going to be a loss of a yard, maybe two right there. Trying to run on the left side of the line for Junction City. Not much happening there. And make it 3rd down and 3. 5:23 and counting here in the first quarter.
So Proetti comes in. They have to let him know that 56 is eligible running the ball in the backfield. So he did come in with his 56 like he was maybe going to go to guard, but he's playing in the backfield running the ball. 3rd and about 3 here, but it would be nice for the Blue Jays get this first down, see if they can get a long sustained drive. Even if they don't score, let their defense do their job, it would be nice to see them keep their defense off the field.
Out of the pistol they go here. Gomez takes the snap, fakes the pitch, does pitch it near side, and this is going to be to Norris. Great job holding onto the football.
Did he
Looks
get
to
there?
be right at the line to gain. That official on the far side signaling first down.
Nice.
And the White Hats gives the Blue Jays their first down of the game. Great job holding onto the football by Lance Norris. Manhattan tried to rip it out. He held on, and they moved the chains.
But that's nice. The Blue Jays got the corner right there with their speed, and that's good. It's important for the Blue Jays to do that. And it was nicely blocked, but Norris did a good job getting the edge, getting the first down.
1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Scholar Brown and Vorns go out at receiver. That's Jamarcus Vorns lined up near side. Quick running play to Norris, and Norris is going to try to run on that right side. Tackle made by Manhattan right there. Landon Dobson in there along with number 22, Colby Altavote. Leads the team with 20 tackles.
So tonight for the Blue Jays, that offensive front, you've got at right tackle Dorian Coleman, Petrin Bartolome at right guard, Avery Florence, I believe, we're going to double check, is in there at center. Chris Coy moving from tight end to play left guard tonight, and the left tackle's Tymar Jones.
2nd down and 8 from the Junction City 29-yard line. There's the snap. Pitch play goes far side to Finati. He waits, cuts up field, past the 30-yard line. Finati trying to get some push by the Junction City line. Gets out to the 35-yard line. How about the line coming in to push?
Yeah, Blue Jay offense, and this is what I mean. This is Randall Zimmerman football. I like it. Run, run, run. Throw a play action in there. See if you can maybe get one deep or swing something out. But establish that middle run game to keep those linebackers honest, because that's when you can start stretching the field maybe a little bit horizontally. But if you got to get that middle run game going. Right now, Finati doing a nice job with that interior offensive line.
Make it 3rd down and 2 from the Junction City 35. There's the snap. Another running play, this time to Finati. Trying to go to the far right side. And not much happening in on the stop right there. Trey Hoover and Alex Robinson. And now it's going to be 4th down and 3, and I think you got to punt it here if you're the Blue Jays.
Yeah, probably do. It's interesting to watch, though, Manhattan, because they've just, like all schools, but it's just interesting to watch these kids because you just have a lot of the kids with the same last name. So Trey Hoover's older brother was a player on this Manhattan team, and so you just look, the Vikanders, you got a couple of Vikanders, but they just seem to get the same family sending kids through the program.
4th and 3, it looks like the Blue Jays might go for it here. Are they going to just try to draw them off sides? They're actually going to go for it. 14 seconds on the play clock, 2:35 and counting. Conrad Gomez dropping back like he might pooch punt, And he does do just that. A nice end-over-end punt. Nobody back for Manhattan. This is going to take a great Junction City bounce inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. And Manhattan's going to get the football back when we come back after a quick timeout.
For athletes with injuries, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center's physical therapy has one goal: returning you to your sport quickly, safely, and in your best possible shape. Instead of being sidelined indefinitely, work with physical therapists for individualized sport-specific activities and injury-specific interval drills. The greatest comebacks start here at Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center, proud official orthopedic surgeons for K-State Athletics. For more information, visit kansasortho.com.
Welcome back to Blue Jays Stadium. I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field. The Blue Jays punted away, 1st and 10 for the Indians, leading 9-0. Running play to Hudley on that far side. Hudley lets his blockers go out in front, out to the 35-yard line, and Jamarcus Tyson makes the tackle at the 35.
So, again, left side of that offensive line. This is what Lawrence did, and this is what you kind of have to watch. Teams will tend to do a lot of the same things. Right there, they just went right at the right side of that Blue Jay defense, and that's what Lawrence did a lot that night against the Blue Jays in that Lawrence Junction City game.
1st and 10 for the Indians. 2 minutes and 3 seconds and counting now in the first quarter. And a timeout. I'm not sure what the timeout on the field is for. The official calls the timeout. Larkin Turner's running off the field. And now Jeremiah Reagan checks in. 9-0 is the score. Let's go ahead and thank some sponsors here real quick. Central National Bank, Cardinal Insurance, Victory Clinic, JC Abstract and Title, and Cloud County Community College, the Geary County campus. Coach Ty Zimmerman calling out the defensive plays right in front of us on the sideline. 1st and 10 Manhattan. Quarterback keeper Aslan on the far side. Veteran Bartolome comes in from behind and makes the stop out near the 40-yard line. A quick play of just a gain of 5 yards, but, man, he gets around that edge quickly.
He does, and, again, that's just their quarterback's going to carry the ball the majority of the time tonight. He's only going to throw it if he has to. Their backs will carry the ball maybe 10, 12 times a game, but Carter Aslan's going to do most of the work, either throwing or running the football tonight.
2nd down and 4, 1:25 and counting to go in the first quarter. Blue Jays on defense for the third time. Manhattan had a 20-yard touchdown run from Jaden Hudley on the last drive. Dunnigan hasn't been much of a factor yet. He's split out near side. And another quarterback keeper coming near side. Aslan's got the first down past midfield all the way down to the Blue Jay 44-yard line. Looks like also in there for Junction City 64 looks like Dorian Coleman.
Yeah, they're going to rotate some guys on that defensive front and maybe even use a four-man front a little bit. Coach Zimmerman talked about that a little bit at practice the other night. We saw him rotating some guys in there. They're going to rotate some bigger guys in there, try to keep that defensive line fresh. But again, one of the things that's so key for Manhattan is downfield blocking. Good teams block downfield with their tight ends, their receivers, and that's a big part of this Manhattan running game.
Two receivers split off to each side. Aslan out of the shotgun. Manhattan driving again. Running play. Right up the middle they go with Hudley. Spins out of a tackle at the 30-yard line.
We talked about this. This is the thing. The key for Junction City in this game, stop the run. That has been their Achilles heel. A lot of yards rushing that they've allowed the last 2 weeks, over 800 yards. Manhattan tonight just running the ball right at the Blue Jay defense.
So now 1st and 10 again for the Indians. Clock ticking away. Manhattan does not have to snap it if they don't want to. And I'm not certain they're going to. Coach Joe Schartz on that far side in his 16th year, hollering something out to the offense. They are driving. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter, and that's going to be the way the first quarter comes to an end. 9-0, Manhattan has the lead, and that's the end of the first quarter. We'll come back with second quarter action right after this.
There's hope for depression, even treatment-resistant depression. I'm Dr. Christy Clark from Victory Clinic. TRD is a common condition when antidepressants don't work. Does this sound like you? If so, you are not alone. TRD is treatable. Victory Clinic in Junction City and Manhattan offers TMS and Spravato, both effective, safe, and approved treatments for TRD. Blue Cross and TRICARE accepted. Visit victoryclinics.com. Call or text us today because you are worthy of wellness.
Keep our nation's supply chain moving. Join the team at Eagle Railcar in Junction City, where we take pride in servicing railcars. From welding, painting, cleaning, to entry-level positions, we've got a job for you. Eagle Railcar Services is a full-service railcar repair and maintenance facility, and they're looking for hard-working team members. Enjoy top-tier benefits, including 401k, tuition reimbursement, scholarships, paid training, holidays, PTO, and comprehensive insurance. Apply today at eaglerailcar.com/careers. Eagle Railcar Services, proud sponsors of Blue Jay Athletics.
This is Blue Jay football on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
And welcome back to Blue Jay football. Blue Jays down 9-0 here at the beginning of the second quarter. Manhattan with the ball at the Blue Jay 30-yard line. So far, Manhattan's offense driving the ball very hard right at the Blue Jay defense on this series. Carter Aslan, a quarterback, takes the snap, hands the ball off to the back around the end. He gets down to about the 30-yard line before a host of Blue Jays get in there to tackle him. So now second down and still about 10. They might have even lost a yard. So second down and about 11 here for Manhattan. 11:45 to go. We just started the second quarter. Blue Jays down 9-0. How did we get here? Blue Jays had an intentional grounding from inside their own end zone. So Manhattan got the safety, and then Manhattan drove and scored a touchdown on a running play, and then they got their extra point. So they're up 9-0. Manhattan back up to the line of scrimmage now. Carter Aslan at quarterback. And here's the snap. Aslan's going to throw out into the flat. Caught by the receiver. He's going to make a move. He gets down inside the 25-yard line, down to the 22-yard line. So a nice play by Manhattan right there. Nice pass play right there by Manhattan. Getting it out to the receiver, number 4. That was Michaelis, excuse me. So Manhattan third and about 4 from the 23-yard line. Motion across the formation, hands it off to the back. He's going to get around the end, down inside the 10-yard line where the Blue Jays bring him down at the 8. So Manhattan knocking on the Blue Jay door again with 11:04 left here in the second quarter. Right there on the carry for Manhattan was number 21, Jaden Hudley. He's a senior, doing a really nice job for Manhattan this season. And you can see Manhattan's running game. We talked about this in pregame. Manhattan, they have to stop that running game. All right, Manhattan lines up at their own, or at the Blue Jay 8-yard line. Here's the snap. Aslan's going to run up the middle. Now he's going to cut it outside. He makes a move, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Manhattan, Carter Aslan, the quarterback, with 10:33 left, scores again. Manhattan down 15-0. What a nice play right there. It was well blocked by the Manhattan offensive line. Now they're going to line up for their extra point. Vikander, their kicker, made his last extra point. He's a senior. 6'3", 220, also plays tight end for Manhattan.
Manhattan likes to line up here in the swinging gate PAT formation, don't they, Brian?
Yes, they do. Ryan's going to join us here for a few minutes. I'm going to do the play-by-play. Anthony will be back here shortly, but Vikander lining up to kick. And you're right, Ryan, they do the swinging gate. Snaps down, it's good. And the kick is up, and it is also good. So the Manhattan now takes a 16-0 lead over Junction City. And this is kind of what we thought could happen if Manhattan could establish the running game, Ryan.
They are, and right now they are definitely dominating the run game right now, but Blue Jays will keep on getting better here as the game goes on, Brian.
Well, the Blue Jays were down 14-0 against Lawrence and came back. It was 28-28 at halftime. Then they were down by as much as 21 in the second half and got within 7. So the Blue Jays can come back. And, again, they just have to trust the process. Coach Zimmerman out there talking to his team. Blue Jays making a couple of errors. That's what Manhattan likes to do. They want to force your offense to make errors, and then offensively they just pick at you with that quarterback run game, and they're always blocking things well. Back deep for the Blue Jays to receive the kick, Scholar Brown and Jamarcus Vorns both have returned punts for touchdowns this year. So the Blue Jays have the ability in special teams to score. We saw that in week 1, Ryan.
We did.
All right. Vikander lines up to kick from his own 40-yard line. Blue Jays down 16-0, 10:33 here to go in the second quarter. Both teams with all three of their timeouts here in the first half still. Vikander lines up to kick. Homecoming night here at Blue Jays Stadium.
Atmosphere is really great here, Brian. A lot of fans around. Everyone's excited right now.
Yeah, and the Blue Jays, if they could just capitalize, field some of that energy, or get some of that energy down on the field. Here's the kick by Vikander. It's a deep kick. It's going to come down at about the 9-yard line. Vorns bobbles it, but he picks it up, makes a move, and he's trying to get around the end, but Manhattan forces him out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So the Blue Jays, 1st and 10 from their own 17.
Set up for a nice long run here, Brian, but as you said earlier, that Coach Zimmerman, if we can establish Coach Zimmerman's football, we can make our way down the field.
Well, and they ran the ball at times well in that last drive. They haven't really had a chance to throw the football downfield. Manhattan, you know that they're going to have Dunnigan, their best corner, on the Blue Jays' best receiver, Vorns, but that should mean that Scholar Brown or even Zonder Caldwell could be open. So we'll see what happens to see if the Blue Jays maybe try to throw the ball a little bit here in this is the third possession. In the backfield, Fanati behind Conrad Gomez, the quarterback. He takes the snap, rolls out to his left, is looking downfield, throws the ball past his receiver. It looked like Scholar Brown was the intended receiver at the 22-yard line, but it was just out of his reach. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays changing some personnel. Coming onto the field for the Blue Jays will be number 31, Larkin Turner. He's going to come in, play offense for the first time tonight. A couple of changes on the offensive front. Chris Coy moves into left guard. We talked about that. Conrad Gomez with 2 backs in the backfield with him. Fanati and Turner. Here's the snap. He's going to hand it off around the right end to Fanati, and in there to make a play for Manhattan. A great play. The linebacker, number 52 for Manhattan, is Garrison Vikander. He's actually plays defensive line from that defensive end position. Got in there and made a nice tackle for a loss. So the Blue Jays now deep in their own territory. They have the ball at their 12-yard line, and it is 3rd and very long. All right, Conrad Gomez with a back to his left. Trips left for the Blue Jays. 1 split wide right. Here's the snap. Gomez is going to roll to his left and look downfield. Plenty of pressure by Manhattan. He steps up in the pocket, throws downfield. It's caught. But as he goes out of bounds, I believe that was Vorns, catches it at the 22-yard line. So now 4th down for the Blue Jays, and they're going to have to punt. All right.
9:35 and counting to go. Brian, appreciate that. 16-0, Manhattan leads. Tell you what, Conrad Gomez did a nice job there of stepping up in the pocket and avoiding the pressure. Talk about learning from experiences. You go back to that first drive, tried to make something happen, just had to get the ball out right there. And now the Blue Jays are going to be forced to punt back deep in their own territory.
Blue Jays need something to happen defensively. Maybe a turnover, scoop and score, pick six, something like that. Manhattan's not going to throw the ball unless they have to, though.
Kingston Thames takes the high snap. This is a line drive, lower punt, going to bounce to 45. Continue rolling into Manhattan territory. And Junction City downs it at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, right there again, Manhattan just running the ball, forcing their will on the Junction City defense. That's what they do best. We talked about this in pregame, how important it would be for the Blue Jays to stop the run tonight. Manhattan's got that running game going, but the Blue Jays can score from just about anywhere on the field. They're going to break one at some point, whether it be with a pass, maybe a big run right here, but the Blue Jays just need to trust the process, not force anything. But the defense has been on the field an awful lot, and that's always the concern with this Manhattan offense. They want to control the clock with their offense with long, sustained drives, and the Blue Jay defense has been on the field a lot.
The Manhattan offensive line doing pretty good work here. Here's another running play. Hudley well into Blue Jay territory. He's got the first down, picks up 13 yards. And I'll tell you what, Brian, you said one of the keys to the game was stopping that Manhattan run. And so far, Manhattan, outside of that first drive, has done whatever they want.
Well, I think the part that just watching this is that Manhattan's offensive line is getting to the second level, and their tight end and their H-backs and making great blocks on the Blue Jay linebackers, and right now that's been the key in this game, is that in the trenches, we talk about the trenches all the time, Blue Jays trying to rotate some guys in that defensive front, but Manhattan's offensive line winning the trenches.
Another running play to Hudley. This time it's going to go to the right side. Hudley barrels his way through for another first down. Coming into tonight, he only had 118 yards rushing on 18 carries, probably carried the ball double-digit times here in the first half. And now it's 1st and 10 Manhattan. On the move once again are the Indians.
Well, and again, their offensive front's doing such a nice job, but they're getting to the second level to the linebackers with their H-back and their guards, and that's really opening up that running game for Manhattan.
1st and 10 Indians. Out of the shotgun they go with Carter Aslan. Receiver split to each side. Dobson goes from left to right. This is Camario Davis, the running back. Even he's forcing his will. Gets the first down. Couple of missed tackles right there, but they are having no problem running behind the right side of the line. And, Brian, it's interesting because in the past couple of games, they've been going towards the right side of the Blue Jay defense.
Yeah, they have, and now they're going to switch that up a little bit. But it just goes to show you, Manhattan's running game, they're going to block it well. You just have to figure out how to stop it. The Blue Jays may end up going to a four-man front here at some point, but right now they're just staying with that 3-3.
1st and 10 Manhattan leading 16-0. That time and score update brought to you by Victory Clinic. Quarterback keeper Carter Aslan on the far side. There's Larkin Turner. The Blue Jays bring him down. Also in on the stop, I believe, was Marshall Carmen over there on that far side.
So the Blue Jays rolling up a linebacker to give a four-man front right there. He stayed up, the linebacker, but he did get up to a four-man front for the Blue Jays, rolling up that outside linebacker to the offense or to the defensive line.
Like you said, Manhattan has thrown the ball more this season than they have in the past, but with a 2-score lead, no reason to push the ball down the field if they're not comfortable with it. So they've been keeping it on the ground. We'll see if the Blue Jay defense can stand firm. Trips receivers, triangle of receivers near side. One goes to the far side. Now Davis goes in motion. Aslan alone with a shotgun. Swings it near side. Pass is caught at the 15. Davis to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Manhattan. 13-yard touchdown connection from Carter Aslan to Camario Davis.
Yeah, that's that short passing game, and that's what Manhattan's going to do. And they're going to just run the ball, and then they're going to hit the flat or hit a short passing route. They like to throw it out in the flats on some outs and some little curl routes, and right there they had good success with it, getting the touchdown. Another nice thing is you saw a really nice block right there for Manhattan by Landon Dobson, and he's key on offense and defense, but right there he made a great block.
And now a timeout's going to be called by Manhattan, leading 22-0 with 7:15 to go. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and take a timeout with them. Manhattan leads 22-0 after the touchdown. Timeout, Manhattan. We'll take it with them. Back with more right after this.
Why do you need an independent insurance agent? An independent insurance agent represents you first. Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a local independent insurance agency who writes insurance through quality insurance carriers such as Auto Owners Insurance Company. Whether it's insurance on your home, auto, business, rental property, or life insurance, our agents, partnered with Auto Owners Insurance Company, can find the right coverage for you. For more information, go to cardinalinsuranceservices.com. Cardinal Insurance, serving you first.
Timeout for Manhattan. After the touchdown was a 13-yard connection from Carter Aslan to Camario Davis. And Davis doesn't have a whole lot of touches on the year. That is his third touchdown, though. Only had a total of 7 carries coming into tonight. I believe that's his first catch on the year. And now it is 22-0. They're going to try the PAT. Ryland Vikander will kick it for Manhattan. The Blue Jays going to have to get something going on offense here in just a second. Snap is low. There's the hold by Aslan. The kick on the way. The kick is good. It's 23-0. Manhattan has the lead. And Brian, obviously not an ideal start for Junction City, but if you're Coach Zimmerman rallying the troops here at the 40-yard line, what's the message right now?
Well, you just tell them, hey, this game isn't over. We've come back before. We did it against Lawrence. You can show the resilience. You've done it before. But what the Blue Jays have to do is get out there and stop that run game. We've kind of seen that happen. Blue Jay linebackers they're getting blocked, and they're getting blocked hard by that offensive front of Manhattan, who's very, very disciplined. We know that Coach Ty Zimmerman is a good defensive coordinator. He's always got his defense ready. We talked about this before the game. Blue Jays are a little young, but here's the thing. You know the coaches have had a good game plan coming into this. They always do. It's up to the players to execute. We talk about it each week, and right now, Manhattan's executing a little better with their offensive front. But the Blue Jay linebackers and their defensive front, they're going to have to fill those gaps and make sure they can do a better job of stopping that run game.
Back deep for Junction City, Jamarcus Vorns and Scholar Brown. 7:15 to go in the first half. 23-0, Manhattan leads it. Nice full crowd on hand for homecoming and for the rivalry game. We'll have the homecoming ceremonies, the crowning of the royalties at halftime. We'll also announce those winners at halftime as well during the JC Abstract and Title Company halftime show. Vikander kicks this one away, and a flag's going to fly on the kicking team. That was going to be a touchback by Vikander, but I think somebody might have left early for Manhattan.
Yeah, so when they're kicking from east to west, they've got the wind, and so that's where you're seeing a lot of those kicks. Both kickers in this game have a good leg, but it always helps when it's wind-aided and they're going for the touchbacks here when they're kicking from east to west. The wind out of the northeast. One of my concerns right now is they're burning out on Fort Riley, and you're starting to see a lot of smoke start to move in on the field as the wind has shifted. The wind was more out of the southeast when the game started. Now it's out of the northeast, and you're starting to see some of that smoke work its way over here over Blue Jay Stadium.
So they're going to kick it again. Ryland Vikander moves it back to the 35. Probably some kind of movement by the kicking team. I don't want to say pre-snap because there's no snap on a kickoff.
No, but they do. They've had a tendency to get out in front of the kicker as they move like that because they did that twice against Hayes.
Vikander kicks it near side. Vorns takes it at the 11-yard line. Get a big return here. Vorns down the sideline to the 35-yard line. Jamarcus Vorns provides a spark. Coach Zimmerman pats him on the back. And we'll see if the Blue Jays, and they're all blue jerseys, the white helmets, the JC on the side, can get something going, trailing by 23.
That was nice right there. It was very well blocked. The wall was set up. Vorns did a good job catching the ball and getting. He took just a second to see where those blocks were going to be before he took off. He was patient enough to let the blocks form in front of him, and then he took off down that sideline, getting a nice return. The Blue Jays get the ball at the 39-yard line, their own 39-yard line.
So we'll see if Junction City can get something going on offense. Xander Caldwell in on the near side. Lance Norris, Scholar Brown, and Jamarcus Vorns all go to the far side. Ball's out to 39. 1st and 10 Blue Jays looking for their first touchdown of the night. Shotgun snap to Gomez. Rolls the pocket, far side. Gomez looking to throw, and he's going to pump fake. Throws late into double coverage, and Xander Caldwell makes the catch at the 46-yard line.
That was threaded in between two defenders, and Xander, like I said, Xander's the guy they're going to forget about. The Blue Jays have been working on getting the ball to Xander all week because they're looking at Scholar Brown, they're looking at Vorns. Xander's going to be the forgotten guy. Right there, he ran a great route, and, man, Conrad hit him as he was moving. Conrad was on the run and split the receiver, or the defenders right there, and made a nice pass.
Boy, he had to be close to that line of scrimmage, too. That was my thought when he was out scrambling that far. But great job, great throw, and a great catch. 1st and 10, Junction City. Ball's on the Manhattan side of the field at the 45. Trips near side. Same formation. They switch it, though. Gomez flushed, trying to find some daylight. Far side, Gomez sets his feet, throws downfield for Scholar Brown, and he can't make the catch.
Wow.
The Blue Jay fans thought he made the catch, but Gomez does a great job buying some time, setting his feet. The Manhattan defender was there to knock it away.
Well, it was very well defended by Manhattan that time. That was number 16, looks like Max Henry. Or I'm sorry, that was Nisby Johnson, defensive back, number 15. He did a nice job right there. Did a really good job staying with the receiver and got his hand in there as he was trying to catch it.
I thought Fabian Clark for Manhattan, number 3, was back there as well. Now Lavelle Autry checks into the game for Junction City. 2nd down and 10. High snap. Fanati's going to run it. Running behind the right side of the line, that's Dorian Coleman. Down to the 40-yard line and then shoved back.
You know, it's kind of one of those things where they don't want to blow the whistle because Fanati has been dragging guys with him. But that's one of those, once they start to go about 2 or 3 yards back, go ahead and blow the whistle because Manhattan had about 4 guys there shoving Fanati. But, again, Fanati with a good run. And that's the thing. The Blue Jays here, 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5 in Manhattan territory at the 40-yard line.
I would say it's most certainly 2-down territory right here for Junction City. Twins near side. Ball's in the middle of the field. There's the snap. They fake it. Twirling is Gomez. Gomez looking to throw. Wanting to throw deep. Heaves it down the field. It's underthrown and picked off by J.J. Dunnigan. Gomez took a shot trying to throw it deep. And Dunnigan with his first interception of the year intercepts the ball at the Manhattan 12-yard line.
Underthrown by Gomez right there. You don't see that very often. He got a lot of air underneath that, but Scholar Brown, that was just good coverage. Dunnigan right there. He was step for step with Brown, and then when he saw it was short, he came up to make the catch. But that's kind of like a punt right there. It's okay. So Manhattan's going to get the ball inside their own 15-yard line at the 12.
That's right. It was 3rd down and 5, so you don't get it. They were probably going to go for it, but like you said, he heaved the ball nearly 40 yards down the field. So we'll see if the Blue Jay defense can get a stop. How about a turnover? That'd be great.
Well, flipping the field right here would be nice if the Blue Jays could. Manhattan doesn't fumble much. They have thrown some interceptions this year, but they don't fumble much.
So Manhattan takes over, leading 23-0, 5:36 and counting. Running play, Hudley on the far side. Blue Jays bring him down for a short gain. Charging in from the backside right there was 28, Trayvon Briley. Great job tracking him down from the backside.
Yeah, Trayvon doing a nice job. He's played nose guard this year. They're sliding him out to end a little bit in this game. And that's one of the things they're doing. They're getting some different guys, rotating some different guys, some of their offensive linemen in there at nose, and Briley's playing that right end right now.
2nd down and 6 from the Manhattan 16-yard line. 2 receivers come near side. Dunnigan goes far side. Dunnigan had the interception. As mentioned, going to be a primary receiver. Has received an offer from K-State. Low snap, pass far side. Pass is intercepted by the Blue Jays. Trying to get a number. Was that Jaden Mears on the far side? I think it was. No, it's Jamarcus Tyson wearing number 10 for the Blue Jays.
That's huge, and that's a good linebacker right there. Reading the quarterback's eyes as he's rolling out what Jamarcus was actually doing. His job there is to make sure that quarterback, if he decides to tuck and run, but when the ball was thrown, great presence of mind to get his hands up. That's something the Blue Jays needed. We talked about it, and we talked about it as one. That's one of the things I've seen. He does have a tendency to try and press things every now and then. The Blue Jays, right there, it wasn't even really zone coverage. It was zone, but you saw the linebacker basically running with him. I don't think he saw him when he let go of the football, and nice play right there by Tyson to get the interception.
So now it's 1st and 10 Blue Jays. They've got the ball inside the Manhattan red zone. T formation, 3 backs down in the backfield. Gomez under center. Hands the ball off near side. Larkin Turner running it. Breaks a tackle, but lost the football. I think we got it back. I think the Blue Jays got it back. Larkin Turner had it, lost it. Manhattan thinks they have it. And let's check to see who's got it. Manhattan says they've got the football. Still no signal from the white hat
had
yet.
it,
and they're going to say 2nd down for Junction City.
Well, Larkin had it, and you saw the Manhattan kid knock it out of his hands, and then one of the offensive linemen for the Blue Jays get down on the football right before he got covered. And so I wish we knew which lineman it was, because a great presence of mind to jump on the football as it was knocked away on the ground out of Larkin's hand as he jumped back for it after he fumbled.
Larkin Turner nearly broke that one, but lost the ball, left the ball behind. 2nd down and 9 from the 17. 3 backs down in the backfield. This time it's a running play to Fanati to the 15-yard line. They're going back to that T formation. We've seen them run this a lot last year against Washburn Rural.
Well, that was a staple of Coach Zimmerman when he came here back in the 90s, 93, 94, 95. It was that T formation and some of the flex bone. And this is just the straight T formation. The wing T is actually a variation of this offense, but that's what we ran back in the 80s here at Junction City High School.
Aaron Woods in the game at running back. 3 receivers go to the left. Near side to Xander Caldwell. 3rd down and 7 from the Manhattan 15, following the interception by the Blue Jay defense. 3:33 and counting. See if Conrad Gomez and the offense can get the ball in the end zone. Play clock at 5, and Coach Zimmerman takes a timeout right there. Probably a smart timeout. And, Brian, I'll ask you now. You're in Coach Zimmerman's spot on the field. What are you going to call here?
Play action pass.
Play action
Manhattan's looking for pass, but if you can sell the play action because they know the Blue Jays are run first, it would be kind of cool to see them do something. If they line up in the T, maybe roll out a tight end or something, but you're going to have to get a little further down than that. And so, but I don't know if the Blue Jay offensive line is going to be able to give Conrad Gomez some time in the pocket, so you may have to roll, but I'd really like to see him maybe run a tight end or somebody across the field and see if they can get to the sticks or right beyond the sticks and maybe hit them. Manhattan's coverage tonight, they run a lot of zero coverage, so you're going to see some man when they line up with their defense. But, again, if the Blue Jays could maybe have some success with a play action here, they could also, they haven't done this much, but they may try and run some kind of option here too, the RPO, and we've seen Conrad run the ball at times pretty effectively for the Blue Jays this season.
All right, real quick. If the Blue Jays do not get this on 3rd and 7, think you're going to go for it on 4th down?
Oh, I do. Unless they decide to kick a field goal, but I think you're going to see Coach Zimmerman try to go for it on 4th if they don't get it here.
3rd and 7, 3 receivers go to the left. Xander Caldwell near side. Woods at running back. There's the snap. Here comes the blitz from Manhattan. Gomez flushed out of the pocket. Going to try to take off and run, and he's going to lose about 3 yards, Dak, at about the 18-yard line.
So Manhattan blitzed a safety and a linebacker that time. So they actually took off running, timing the Blue Jays snap. So right there, that's when I wonder if the Blue Jays are getting into a cadence habit. A lot of times you can start quarterbacks seeing them in a game like this getting into a cadence habit. If they would have maybe delayed that a little bit, or if they could have, then they could have got Manhattan jumping, because Manhattan just charged the line that time. 4th down now. Let's see what the Blue Jays do here.
4th and 11, same formation. 3 receivers go left, 1 near side. Woods goes in motion from right to left. Gomez looking to throw. Throws it for Xander Caldwell. Caldwell can't make the catch. A lot of contact, no flag. And the Blue Jays turn it over on downs after the interception by the Blue Jay defense.
Thrown well behind Caldwell. At least a yard behind Caldwell. He was open and did a nice job running his route, but unfortunately the ball was thrown behind him.
And so Junction City gets the takeaway on the interception by Jamarcus Tyson.
We talked about this at the beginning of the game. Manhattan makes a mistake. Manhattan likes to force errors and capitalize on their opponent's errors because they don't make very many mistakes. A rare mistake by Manhattan, throwing the interception. Blue Jays needed to capitalize right there on the short field, and they didn't. Blue Jay defense needs to get a big stop here. Sorry, Anthony.
And now Manhattan comes back nearly the same place they gave it away. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball's on the near side hash, just shy of the Manhattan 20-yard line. 3:16 to go in the half. There's the snap. Quarterback keeper Carter Aslan running beside the near side part of the line out to the 30-yard line. Larkin Turner brings him down. There's a flag back at the 22-yard line. But, man, Carter Aslan.
I think it was a hold.
Carter Aslan, man, he gets up the field in a hurry.
He does. Reads his blocking well, is patient, but once he does decide to go, he does take off. So,
check the flag. It was at the 22-yard line.
Blue Jays got to capitalize on this. They have Manhattan deep in their own territory. They had the short field. Now Manhattan backed up more with a rare hold. But here's the thing. It looked like a good block on the outside, but you kind of wondered because the Blue Jay player, when you get turned, that means that somebody probably grabbed your jersey. And that's what happened right there. The defensive end for the Blue Jays got turned by the tight end that was trying to make the block, so they'll hold.
So it is going to be a hold on Manhattan. It's going to be a spot foul. So make it 1st and 17. Same formation. The H-back is Dobson. He's on the near side. It's going to be a running play. Jaden Hudley going to be hit by Larkin Turner. Turner's been all over the field tonight for the Blue Jays. It's going to be a short gain, maybe a yard. Make it 2nd down and 16 after the penalty.
It's a nice play right there. He read it well. Blue Jays starting to catch this a little bit, that play with Hudley. But that's okay. Manhattan's going to continue to run that because they're going to run that quarterback counter off of it, and that's a play Manhattan does very well. So they'll continue to run that play. It's been successful, but when the Blue Jays start to stop that, they need to watch for that counter on the backside.
2nd down and 16 from the Manhattan 13-yard line. So Manhattan backed up following the penalty. Receiver near side all by himself. Out of the offset eye. Running play. This is Hudley again. Nearly sprung free. Let's see who made the tackle. Was that Petron Bartolome?
Yeah, he tripped him up. Yep, that was a great play right there by Petron. He just gets such good penetration. It's amazing what he does. In fact, you and I were talking about this the other day. Great offensive lineman, but I think Petron is probably going to be a nose guard in college.
down right here.
Well, one of the
11.
changes, they put Larkin Turner back in there at middle linebacker and at that Mike position, and he's done a really nice job since he's got back in there.
So Jamarcus Tyson got the interception. He's on the sideline right now. 3rd down and 11 for Manhattan. Tight formation. Offset eye. Receiver spread out wide. Dobson goes in motion. It's going to be a running play to Hudley right up the middle. He's got the first down. And the flag's going to fly late. We'll check the flag.
That might be a face mask.
They had an offset eye, and it was interesting because Hudley was actually lined up in the fullback spot. They handed off to him kind of like a fullback dive, and he went straight up the gut for a first down, and now we'll check the flag, and the Blue Jays are moving backwards. So like you said, most likely going to be a foul on Junction City. Boy, you had a 3rd and 11 at the 18. And then you get a face mask, and they're going to be all the way past the 40-yard line.
When they get that far beyond the line of scrimmage like that, that's a lot of times what it is, especially if it's thrown when the back's going down. And so Blue Jays with a big mistake right there.
Boy, what a swing in momentum right there. I understand Manhattan's leading 23-0, but it was 3rd and 11. Manhattan backed up pretty deep in their own territory, and now they got 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line with 1:18 and counting. 2 timeouts left for Manhattan. Oh, the Blue Jay defense needs to hold him out of the end zone here. Aslan alone in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion behind him. Aslan, QB keeper. Going to take it up the gut. Cuts it outside. Look out at the 40-yard line and goes out of bounds at the 37. And Carter Aslan gets up on the Blue Jay sideline. Great hit. Legal hit by the Blue Jays. I think Aslan thought he might have been out of bounds. The referee was right there. Great job by the refs to keep both teams separated following the hit. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Well, right there you had Vikander doing a really nice job lead blocking on that play, and also Dobson. They had both of their big blockers out there out of the backfield doing a nice job lead blocking on that play, and they line up with those two both in a slot position right now.
1st and 10 Manhattan. Alone in the gun is the quarterback, Carter Aslan. 3 receivers now go to the right, 2 near side. Aslan rolling right, steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle of the field. It's going to be deflected and caught by the tight end. Talk about good luck for Manhattan. It went off one receiver into the hands of the tight end, Rylan Vikander, for his 3rd catch of the season. And now they're well into the red zone, all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of that rivalry luck right there. Something always happens in a game like this, and that's one of them right there. Tipped, and it just stays up in the air. And he makes the catch.
45 seconds and counting in the first half. Manhattan driving, leading 23-0. Aslan rolls the pocket near side, throws, and it's going to be beyond the intended target of Landon Dobson, the senior. Haven't really talked about this much, but 7 seniors on both sides of the ball for Manhattan. Obviously, that's well more than the Blue Jays have.
Yeah, and they do a nice job. And it always seems like they're a senior-laden football team. Lavelle Autry, I want to mention, good coverage right there on that play. He was right there in stride with the Manhattan receiver.
Well, this is big. If the Blue Jays can hold him out of the end zone here, Junction City is going to get the football to start the second half. 2nd down and 10, Manhattan leading 23-0. From the Junction City 15-yard line, 2 timeouts still for Manhattan. Quarterback keeper, Aslan, inside the 10-yard line, down to the 6, just shy of the first down. And they're going to call a timeout. I don't believe they are. They want to go hurry up, though. 25 seconds to go in the half. I'm kind of shocked he's not calling a timeout.
Yeah, they want to punch it in and take advantage of their momentum. They'll run the football right here.
15 seconds to go and counting. Aslan going to do a QB sneak. He's got the first down. Still driving his way, and they're going to stop his forward progress at the 4, maybe just shy of the 3 at the 4, and a flag's going to fly late. We'll see, is this on Manhattan or Junction City? I think Ben Ritter.
You're starting to see a lot of
Ben Ritter for Manhattan is pointing against Junction City, so it'd be half the distance if it's on the Blue Jays. That was a heavy emphasis in practice this week by Coach Zimmerman. Keep your composure.
Well, and a lot of times teams are going to talk. They get up like that, and you saw him talking down here earlier to Scholar Brown and shoving him after a play, and you just got to – the one that retaliates, the one that's always going to get caught. So that's why you just don't say anything. If they do something, your actions on the field during the clock, while the clock is running, is what matters.
Here comes the penalty call. They're moving the ball inside the 2-yard line. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the Blue Jays. So now you got 1st and goal to go from inside the 2-yard line for Manhattan. Didn't even have to use a timeout. 11 seconds to go. 2 timeouts for Manhattan. You can imagine they're going to try to run it with Hudley here or with Carter Aslan. The offense will start the clock on the snap, is what the White Hat says. From the 2-yard line, first and goal to go. Manhattan leading 23-0. Dobson goes from left to right. There's the snap. Running play. Hudley to the far side. He's in for a 2-yard touchdown run. And Manhattan drives the length of the field, and they lead 29-0.
Yeah, basically that's that same play they've been running, this time against the left side of the Blue Jay offense. They just run that little inside handoff to the running back, well blocked by the right side of Manhattan's offensive line. Over there you've got Caden Dabini, number 53, at the right guard, and also at your right tackle you've got Grayson Wassenberg.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have our JC Abstract and Title Company halftime show. There's the snap. The hold, the kick is good. It's 30-0. Manhattan leads. Halftime coming up here in 7 seconds of game time. We'll also have our Cloud County Community College halftime feature. We're going to be talking with the superintendent of Geary County Schools, USD 475, Dr. Reginald Eggleston, has been joining us in the booth tonight. We'll talk with him about homecoming week, all the fun festivities that went on this week here at Junction City High School, and things going on across the district. We'll hope you stay tuned and join us for the JC Abstract and Title Company halftime show, as well as our Cloud County Community College halftime feature. So a 2-yard touchdown run right there by Hudley, his second touchdown of the night. Boy, 30-0. Sure seemed like the Blue Jays, after the last couple of weeks, had a chance to come in and play with Manhattan, but a couple of costly mistakes by the Blue Jays, and Manhattan has taken advantage, leading 30-0 as we approach halftime.
Yeah, and again, just some things offensively, some young players for the Blue Jays, and you got to get some things going, but you got to give credit to Manhattan here because their offensive front has done such a great job in this game, controlling the line of scrimmage. They're blocking downfield. They've done a really nice job with that, too. And defensively, they're just kind of staying in their standard defense. They've been putting a lot of pressure on Conrad Gomez. He's just a first-year starter as a junior, and they knew if they got a lot of pressure on him, as you've seen at different times, that sometimes he can handle it well, and a lot of times he does, but it's tough.
Here's a pooch kick by Vikander, going to go past the Blue Jays, going to be picked up by Scholar Brown at the 25-yard line. Tries to escape, 2 seconds, 1 second, and they're actually going to keep the clock there. And so the Blue Jays will come out, and we'll see if they just take a knee and go into halftime. Junction City will get the ball after halftime. I have to imagine that Coach Zimmerman's going to try to make some halftime adjustments. We've seen Junction City score 28 unanswered. We've seen it a couple of weeks ago against a really good Lawrence team. But Manhattan right now has all the momentum. The Blue Jays will probably just take a knee. Coach Zimmerman out there patting some of his players on the back, trying to get them fired up.
Well, what Manhattan's done a good job of tonight defensively is keeping Junction City from getting the chunk plays, the big plays. That's what Junction City's kind of lived on this year, are a lot of those big plays, except for that second quarter against Lawrence where they just lined up and ran the ball very, very well on a couple of drives to score. They've really relied on the big passing plays.
Gomez takes the snap. They're going to run it out of the T formation. Running play to Jamarcus Tyson out to the 30-yard line, gain of 5. And that's the end of the first half. Manhattan has led from the start. They got a safety and then never looked back, leading 30-0 at halftime. When we come back, it's time for the Junction City Abstract and Title Company halftime show. That's coming up next. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Offices function better with office supplies. The pen you're writing with? Office Supply. The desk calendar your elbows on? Office Supply. The file folders on your desk and the sticky notes on them? Office Supplies. You get the idea. Now, where do you get supplies? Key Office Products in Salina and Junction City bring office supplies to you. Purchase online, then have Key Office deliver. Small and bulk orders, office furniture, and copiers. Shop local. Shop Key Office at keyofficeproducts.com.
Junction City Abstract and Title Company is your local title insurance and real estate closing agency. JC Abstract and Title has been serving Junction City for over 60 years, handling both title insurance and closing needs all under one roof. At 807 North Washington Street in Junction City, JC Abstract and Title is always proud.
This one's mainly all ice.
Freshman candidates are.
Oh yeah, that one has water. Yeah, bring that one. Oh my god.
28, and my parents are
Karen and Craig Bender. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in.
We'll get the ball to start the second half, but Brian, there have been some good things. The Blue Jays have moved the ball a little bit, but Manhattan's just taken advantage.
Martinez and Alejandro Casco. And at GSS, I'm in JROTC, Freshman Communities, and Tennis.
Hello, my name is Dylan Berkshire. I'm a freshman in the class of 2028. My parents are Melanie and Nate Berkshire. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in the JROTC Raiders, wrestling, and the FCA.
Hi, my name is Evan Horton. I'm a freshman in the class of 2028. My parents are Brittany Marshall and Trey Horton. And here at JCHS, I am involved in J-Steppers, Freshman Treble Choir, and Freshman Committee.
Hi, my name is Brock Davis. I'm a freshman in the class of 2028, and my parents are Lisa and Randy Davis. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in football, FCCLA, and Blue Jay Buddies.
Your sophomore candidates are.
Hi, my name is Kiara Briley. I'm a sophomore here in the class of 2027. My parents are April and Lloyd Briley. Here I'm involved in FCA, volleyball, and sophomore committee.
Hello, my name is Trayvon Briley, and I am a sophomore here at JCHS. I'm the class of 2027, and my parents are Lloyd Briley and April Briley. Here at JCHS, I am involved in basketball, football, and track.
Hi, my name is Allison Donahoe. I am currently a sophomore in class of 2027, and my parents are Casey and Ramon Donahoe. And here at JCHS, I participate in girls tennis and soccer.
Hi, my name is Miguel Gonuelas. I am currently a sophomore at Junction City High School, the class of 2027. My parents are Fortuna Buentipo and Genesis Gonuelas. Here at Junction City High School, I am involved in HOSA, debate, and tennis.
Hey, I'm Taylor Villanueva. I'm a sophomore here at JCHS. I am the class of 2027. My parents are Joycelyn Garrido and Randy Villanueva. And here at JCHS, I am participated in varsity.
Hello, my name is Anthony Testa. I am a sophomore in the class of 2027, and my parents are Tim and Lexi Testa. Here at Junction City High School, I am involved in cross country, marching band, and choir.
Your junior candidates are.
Hi, my name is Anila J, and I'm a junior in the class of 2026. My parents are Deborah and Edmund J, and here at JCHS, I'm involved in junior committee, girls tennis, and HOSA.
Hello, my name is Damian Davis. I am a junior in the class of 2026. I'm the sub of Philip Davis, and here at JCHS, I'm involved in wrestling, track, and cross country.
Hi, my name is Ayana Patterson. I'm a junior in the class of 2026, and my parents are Patrice and Tony Azibo. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in track, cross country, and junior committee.
Hello, my name is Keegan Mohammed. I am a junior in the class of 2026, and my parents are Byron Mohammed. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in marching band, dance team, and junior committee.
Hi, my name is Ashley Picasso. I'm a junior in the class of 2026. My parents are Imelda and Sergio Picasso. And here at Junction City High School, I'm involved in soccer, football managing, and Scholars Bowl.
Hello, my name is Jamarcus Tyson. I'm a junior in the class of 2026, and my parents are Alex and Melissa Tyson. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in football, baseball, and NHS.
Your senior candidates are.
Hello, my name is Kara Bing. I'm a senior in the class of 2025, and my parents are Daniel Bing and Jen Kim. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in band, JRTC, and NHS.
Hello, my name is Xander Caldwell. I am a senior in the class of 2025, and my parents are Kevin and Jennifer Caldwell. Here at JCHS, I'm involved.
Hello, my name is Nicole Green, and I'm a senior in the class of 2025. My parents are Lynn and Steve Green. Here at JCHS, I'm a J-Stepper captain, a senior class officer, and I do girls swim.
Hi, my name is Truman Fortner. I am a senior here at Junction, class of 2025. My parents are Rachel and Nathan Fortner. Here at the high school, I'm involved in soccer, swim, and golf.
Hi, my name is Cassidy Miller. I'm a senior in the class of 2025. My parents are Katie and Scott Miller. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in FCA, softball, and Blue Jay Nation.
Hello, my name is Jackson Pilling. I am a senior in the class of 2025. My parents are Brad and Peggy Wilson. Here at JCHS, I'm involved in cross country, jazz band, and also TSA.
Please help us congratulate our 2024 Fall Homecoming candidates. Crowning this year's royalty is JCHS Student Council President and Vice President Deontay Batiste and Julia Cho. Assisting our officers are Maya Neal and Graham Fortner. Maya Neal is the daughter of Rena and Jimmy Neal. Maya is a fourth grader at Eisenhower Elementary. Graham Fortner is the son of Rachel and Nathan Fortner. Graham is a fourth grader at Westwood Elementary. And now the moment we've been waiting for. Your freshman prince is Dylan Brookshire. And the freshman princess is Vinci Casco Martinez. The sophomore prince is Trayvon Briley. And the sophomore princess is Taylor Villanueva. Your junior prince is Damian Davis. And the junior princess is Ayana Patterson. And the 2024 Fall Homecoming King is Xander Caldwell. And the Fall 2024 Fall Homecoming Queen is Kara Bang. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause to all the homecoming candidates. As part of our homecoming festivities, USD 475 elementary and middle schools were invited to show their Disco J spirit through decorating a school banner. Junction City High School Student Council is proud to announce Milford Elementary as the winner of our homecoming banner competition. Congratulations, Lakers. The Junction City High School Student Council would like to thank everyone who has assisted with homecoming activities this week. Thank you for your supporting Blue Jay Nation. Onward, Blue Jays!
Tremendous moments that occur at our high school because we want all of our elementary and middle school students to get exposed to the excitement. It gives them something to look forward to.
Smells like teen spirit.
I don't know why it was so red.
gentlemen, your J Stepper Dance Team. Tonight, the Blue Jay Marching Band is performing part 1 of their 2024 show entitled Motown Hits. The band will be conducted by student drum majors Kara Bang, Jaden Boma, and Ethan Moneypenny. Selections will include a melody of I'll Be There, I Want You Back, and ABC by the Jackson 5. And Papa Was a Rolling Stone by the Temptations. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Motown Hits Part 1. Let's hear it for the Blue Jay Marching Band. The marching band started their competition season at the Kansas State Fair, where the band received the highest rating possible at 1+, on their parade marching and arena music performance. They have 2 upcoming competitions. They will perform at the Capital City Marching Festival at Washburn University on Monday, October 7th at 6 p.m. Their final competition is at the Central States Marching Festival.
We plan to travel with the team on a couple of games. I think the guys, all of our students, band, dancers, etc., represent our school district and our school and community very well. So always appreciative of how they conduct themselves and the leaders that they are.
Are you a football guy in general?
I do enjoy football. I enjoy college football a lot.
That's right. Do you get a chance to make it over to the K-State games very much?
I have not had a chance to this year. I'm hoping to before the end of the year.
Well, hey, let me just tell you, they're a good time. These are a good time, too, and the crowd has been great tonight. We'll hope the Blue Jays can get it back going. Is there anything else you'd like to add about anything else going on across the district, or really just another word of encouragement you'd offer for USD 475?
I'll just tell people to continue to support the school district. Know that we're doing the very best we can to provide the best quality education for all of our students. We want all of our students to thrive in 475, and so we're just so proud of all the accomplishments that are taking place across the entire district. One thing I will say is that Lincoln Elementary School has just been selected as a National Blue Ribbon School, so we do want to give a shout out to them.
Real quick, what does the Blue Ribbon School mean?
So National Blue Ribbon School means that a school has been successfully increasing its academic achievement over the last several years. It's it's a national recognition, and it's something that your test scores, your performance, all the different demographic data points are looked at, and so we congratulate them for a job well done.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Lincoln Elementary School. And hey, this goes to prove a lot of good things are happening across USD 475.
Absolutely, and we're very proud of all of our schools.
Well, we appreciate you coming up. This concludes our Cloud County Community College halftime feature. You're always welcome, and have a spot up here in the press box, too, whenever you'd like to join us.
Hey, thanks so much. I really enjoyed being up here with you.
All right, this concludes our JC Abstract and Title Company halftime show and our Cloud County Community College halftime feature. Second half action is coming up next. The Manhattan Indians lead the Junction City Blue Jays 30-0. Second half action coming up next.
Junction City Abstract and Title Company is your local title insurance and real estate closing agency. JC Abstract and Title has been serving Junction City for over 60 years, handling both title insurance and closing needs all under one roof. At 807 North Washington Street in Junction City, JC Abstract and Title is always proud to sponsor our hometown Blue Jay athletics and athletes. Have a great year, both on and off the field. Go Blue Jays from Junction City Abstract and Title.
Central National Bank offers a checking account loaded with value, and we simply call it Value Checking. Get more value out of your banking relationship with Value Checking from Central National Bank. Always looking for opportunities to meet your needs. Account opening subject to qualifications. Restrictions may apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
There's hope for depression, even treatment-resistant depression. I'm Dr. Christy Clark from Victory Clinic. TRD is a common condition when antidepressants don't work. Does this sound like you? If so, you are not alone. TRD is treatable. Victory Clinic in Junction City and Manhattan offers TMS and Spravato, both effective, safe, and approved treatments for TRD. Blue Cross and TRICARE accepted. Visit victoryclinics.com. Call or text us today because you are worthy of wellness.
Keep our nation's supply chain moving. Join the team at Eagle Railcar in Junction City, where we take pride in servicing railcars. From welding, painting, cleaning, to entry-level positions, we've got a job for you. Eagle Railcar Services is a full-service railcar repair and maintenance facility, and they're looking for hard-working team members. Enjoy top-tier benefits, including 401k, tuition reimbursement, scholarships, paid training, holidays, PTO, and comprehensive insurance. Apply today at eaglerailcar.com/careers. Eagle Railcar Services, proud sponsors of Blue Jay Athletics.
Welcome back to second half action. This is Junction City Blue Jay football on 107.9 FM, 1420 KJCK Radio. I'm Anthony Georges, joined alongside Brian Field. We appreciate Dr. Eggleston being our Cloud County Community College halftime feature. The score is 30-0. Manhattan leading Junction City. All right, here's an important update from Kansas City Royals baseball. The magic number is just 1. They needed to win tonight to get into the playoffs. Royals lose 3-0 to the Atlanta Braves. The good news is Baltimore is currently beating the Minnesota Twins 2-0. So if Minnesota loses tonight, that means the Kansas City Royals are in the playoffs. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but we'll hope Baltimore gets the win.
Yeah, you don't say that very often, but no, and that's great. You know, it's neat to see, because we know how bad the Royals have been the last several years since the 2014-15 seasons, but it's exciting to see the ownership going out and getting some players during the offseason, picking up some pitching, getting some depth in a couple of positions that they needed, and so that's important. They picked up some people right before the deadline, and so it's worked. It's gotten them into the playoffs, and they can continue to build. Kind of reminds you a little bit of that 13-14 period.
Well, we certainly hope that the Royals can get into the postseason. If they do, we'll have all the Royals coverage right here on 107.9 and 1420 KJCK. Back to high school football. Junction City Blue Jays back in action. And thanks to our good friend Ryan Norton up here in the press box. Hayes coming to town next week. Hayes leading Garden City 14-0 at halftime. That's going to be a tough game next week as well.
Hayes is a really good football team. In fact, Manhattan had to score in the final seconds of the game to win that football game. Very similar. In fact, watching Hayes on film, very impressed with their blocking as well. They block very similarly to Manhattan. Some very, very tight similarities between those two teams in the way they run their offenses. And again, Hayes, just very disciplined offense. They block very, very well with their tight ends or H-backs and do a really nice job that way. A lot of these teams are all running the same offenses. It's just little variations. But you're seeing some bigger backs, his lead blockers in the backfield, a lot of ISOs and that kind of stuff like you see the Blue Jays run.
Ryland Vikander will kick it away. Junction City going to get the football to start this second half. Coming up to receive the kick is Jamarcus Fornes. Takes it at the 13. Breaks it outside. Fornes has got a seam to about the 27-yard line. And we'll see what Junction City can do right here. Jamarcus Fornes picked it up. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Blue Jays from the 25-yard line. Conrad Gomez will come out and lead the Blue Jay offense.
Dangerous to let that fall. You got to go up and catch that. You can't let that hit the ground. If you can go up and catch it, go catch it, because you don't want to have that take a bad bounce and then try and field it that way and then fumble it. If you can go up and catch it, and Manhattan just doing what the Blue Jays do a lot of times, getting it right between the deep backs and the up backs, making them make a decision. And so the deep backs just have to go up and get that.
Conrad Gomez will go out of the shotgun. Aaron Woods is the running back. Or make it Justice Fanati, Gomez looking to throw. Rifles at far side. Pass is caught by Scholar Brown. And then the ball's going to jar free. It looked like he had it and then rolled over and the ball sprinkled out. So incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Conrad Gomez tried to force one late in the first half. It was intercepted by Manhattan. Manhattan then drove 87 yards for a touchdown. Yeah, I tell you what, the Indians leading 30-0. They've done it all on offense, and their defensive line has been pretty sharp as well. Blue Jays have 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers go to the left. Lance Norris, Scholar Brown, and Jamarcus Fornes. Fanati in at running back. Ball's on the near side hash. Zimmerman calling out the plays. Gomez takes the snap. It's a running play to Fanati. Near side past the 30. Runs over a man. Justice Fanati out near the 40-yard line. A flag's going to fly. And we'll check the flag. And Coach Zimmerman.
Not happy. They're going to, I don't know if he thinks that was a late hit or what, but we'll see what the call is here. Coach Zimmerman not very happy.
Coach Zimmerman was talking to the back judge, and now the white hat trying to get the call. It's going to be 1st and 10 Junction City after a long run right there. We'll check the penalty. A run of 17 yards by Justice Fanati. Looks like the flag came after the Blue Jays were already out of bounds. And here comes the call. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds on Manhattan.
That's what I wondered.
Sure what Coach Zimmerman was so frustrated
Well,
about.
I wondered about that because you saw, it's hard for us with the players lined up here, but yeah.
Change of the offensive line. Blake Proetti playing left guard right now next to Tymar Jones.
There you go.
Thought that might be an option. Brian, he played some, we'll get to you in a second. He
was a
some
center,
offensive line last year. Blue Jays going to go 1st and 10 from the Manhattan 44-yard line. Got to get down the field here and get in the end zone. 15 seconds gone by here on the second half. Justice Fanati running the football hard. Gomez 5 yards back from the center at the 50-yard line. There's the shotgun snap. Rolls the pocket left. Trying to get out, trying to escape. Gomez flush, tries to dump it off, and the pass is going to be dropped. Looked like that was going to be Chris Coy. It was. I tell you what, Gomez did a good job not taking the sack. He took one earlier nearly took one earlier in the end zone. It resulted in 2 points for Manhattan due to it being intentional grounding. But boy, he's been under duress all night.
Well, when you're not running the ball as well as you need to up the middle, that's what they're doing. They're just bringing a lot of pressure. They're bringing 2 guys through. And I want to talk about Manhattan's linebackers here in a minute because that's something I want to talk about before the game. We didn't get a chance to, but they're really good.
Second and 10, There's a snap, running play to Fanati. Fanati's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. What a play right there. Was that 50 or 51? 52 it was, and that was Garrison Vikander. He blew up the play. It's going to be a loss of 4 yards, 3rd down and 14 from the Manhattan 49-yard line for Junction City.
Yeah, he lines up at end sometimes. So the Manhattan's linebackers, they're good. You got Colby Altavolt, number 22, Landon Dobson, number 23, and then Brandon Stroud, number 58. All 3 seniors, very experienced, and they do a great job against the run, and they have tonight in this football game.
Get back to that in just a second. There's the snap. Gomez looking to throw. Throwing it deep for Xander Caldwell. Caldwell trying to make the catch.
Flag.
Can't quite get away from the defender. And like you said, I think some folks on the Junction City side wanted pass interference. They tried to get the ball to Caldwell down the field. And Junction City's going to have to punt. So you mentioned those 3 linebackers. They go 1, 2, and 3 and leading the team in tackles. So
Yeah.
You mentioned they're the strength of that defense.
They are. They're really good, and you've seen it again tonight. Of course, all seniors, very experienced. And again, a senior-laden football team for Manhattan. Blue Jays is only 13 seniors on this squad.
So now Junction City will punt it away. 4th down and 15.
Kingston Timms, he's that jack safety for the Blue Jays, also punts.
He's done a pretty good job punting the football this year. He'll take it at his own 40-yard line.
Oh,
High
no.
snap over his head all the way back to the 25-yard line, and he just dives on the football, and Manhattan's going to be set up perfectly. We've seen that was an issue this week in practice, a lot of high snaps over his head, and now Manhattan going to be set up in perfect field position for their first possession of the second half.
So unusual, though. Very, very unusual for the Blue Jays to do that, but we did see it in practice this week, which I'm not really sure.
3 plays in a row in practice, and boy, Coach Henry was all over it.
Well, again, execution. It's just execution. I mean, the Blue Jays, again, I just don't really know what to say other than it's execution. There's a game plan. You could see they had a game plan. They were mixing some people up. Manhattan, of course, coming in doing a great job, but it's just execution.
So now Manhattan has the ball at the 22-yard line at Junction City after the high snap over the head of the punter. Here's a running play. This is Jaden Hudley. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight. And he'll pick up just a gain of 2 yards right there, just shy of the 20. Defensive line for Junction City, Trayvon Briley, Jackson Hawley, and number 50 is in there. That's Elijah Perez. He's a senior. Noah Agon, number 92, is in there as well. So they are going to go to that 4-man front like you mentioned they might. 2nd down and 8 from the Junction City 20-yard line. 30-0 Manhattan leads with 10-12 to go. That time and score update brought to you by Victory Clinic. 2nd down and 8. Aslan takes the snap, hands it off far side, and the Blue Jays are all over it. Getting tackled as he's still going forward is Hudley. Perez in on the stop. Also over there, Jackson Hawley. They get 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
One of the things about Manhattan, and this is good coaching, it's what they always do, but they're strong, man. They spend so much time in the weight room. I mean, there's so much time in the weight room. They have a great weight program. They get their kids there all summer long, and I could tell you a lot more about that, but a really, really good job getting their kids in the weight room. But one of the things their backs do is they lean. We'll talk about the lean here in just a minute. Very rarely do they lose yardage after contact. They always lean and get the extra yard.
Receiver split out to each side. Aslan's going to keep it himself inside the 15 and down to the 11-yard line. He's going to have the first down. And Manhattan will move the sticks down inside the 10. 1st and goal to go for the Indians, leading 30-0.
And that's what I mean right there. They finish that run, but they always lean and get that extra couple of yards.
Manhattan on the move. Jamarcus Tyson checks out of the game. Tyson had an interception earlier in the game. It set the Blue Jays up at the Manhattan 13-yard line. Blue Jays couldn't score, and they still haven't scored yet. 30-0 Manhattan. Offset I formation for the Indians. Receiver Gage Summerlin lined up near side. Ball's right in the middle of the field. Pitch play. Kamario Davis has it, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Great stop right there by Noah Agon for the Blue Jays.
Great play right there. He and Larkin Turner in there on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 8:35 and counting in the third. Well, like you said, Manhattan just not putting the ball in the air because they don't need to with a big lead. Just keeping it on the ground, keeping that clock moving. Schedule doesn't really get any easier for Manhattan after next week. They got Emporia next week, and then they have Washburn Rural and Wichita Northwest coming up. So a couple of big games in Class 6A following this one, and then their matchup against Emporia next week. Second down and 10 from the Junction City 10-yard line. Aslan hands it off. No, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Great fake. Aslan driving. The ball's going to fall out. We'll see if it's going to be recovered by Junction City or Manhattan. Aslan with a great fake. Took it inside the 3. Had it stripped. And Manhattan's going to recover it inside the 1-yard line. Great job by the Blue Jays stripping the ball out. An offensive lineman for Manhattan jumped on it right there.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of Aslan right there to fumble the football. But, again, right there, that quarterback counter, that's exactly what that was. And he did a really nice job running that ball right back up the gut behind his center and his guard. Somebody called the timeout here.
And Junction City is going to take a timeout on the field. Blue Jays subbing a lot of guys in on defense tonight.
Yeah, they're just trying to, when your defense is on the field for that much, and that's what I mean. We talked about at the beginning. What Manhattan wants is their offense on the field and eat clock. Who does that sound like? It's Bill Snyder football. I mean, it really is. You want your offense to have long, sustained drives. You want your offense on the field for as long as possible. You want the time of possession. You always want to win the time of possession. That's what Manhattan does. Long clock eating drives. Short passes. They haven't had to throw the ball long tonight. They did throw the ball long a little bit the last couple of weeks, and they can do it. Not something that they're all that, really good at, but the short passes where they'll stretch the field a little bit into the flats, maybe hit the seams a little bit, but they like to run the football. If they can keep your defense on the field and your offense off the field, that's their goal, and that's what they've done all night tonight.
Manhattan has 3rd and goal from the 1 after the fumble that was recovered by Manhattan. So they retain possession, and now they're going to go, looks like they're going to go heavy. They're going to do what the Blue Jays do. T formation, 3 backs down in the backfield. Aslan under center. Going to be a QB sneak. Aslan takes it in. He's into the end zone. No signal yet. He gets up and he's in the end zone. And there's the signal. Touchdown, Manhattan. Aslan actually lost his helmet, but he sprung up out of there. And there's the signal. And it's going to be 36-0 for the Indians.
Just got in behind that big offensive line, doing what they've been doing all night, controlling the trenches.
Not sure what the white hat is pointing to. The official pointing over to the Manhattan sideline. Maybe it's because his helmet came off and he had to go out for a play.
He's got to leave a play. He's got to go out for a play when your helmet comes off.
So 1-yard rushing touchdown from the quarterback, Carter Aslan.
So they'll have to get a different holder here. Are they going to go for 2?
Well, they're huddling up. They very well might.
Without their holder, it looks like they're going to go ahead and go for 2.
And the quarterback now is Finn Watson. He's just a junior, but Aslan had to exit the game due to his helmet coming off. There's the snap, running play. T formation, the Blue Jays are all over it. Larkin Turner and Jamarcus Tyson make the stop, and now a flag's going to fly in the end zone. Should be after the play.
Well, I'm not sure if it's going to be because the play continued well after the whistle. Manhattan continued to block, or let's hope it's not some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct.
It should be after the play. So the count, obviously, they didn't make it in. So
the reason they went for 2, Anthony, is that Aslan's their holder. Their quarterback is their holder. They must not have another holder that they have confidence in, or they must not have been able to rush one in, wanted to rush one in, so they went for 2.
And here comes the official call from the white hat. The try was no good. The flag came in the back of the end zone. And here comes the official call. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense. So, Brian, you called it. And it's going to be enforced on the kickoff, so this is going to push him back, and they'll kick from the 25.
Yeah, well after the whistle, a Manhattan player was trying to shove a Blue Jay clear back into the back of the end zone. Of course, the Blue Jay didn't want to get called for anything, so he stopped, as he should. Let the Manhattan player get called, because the guy that retaliates is always the guy that gets called. So let it go on long enough, just keep backing up. Blue Jay player put their hands up in the air like, hey, I'm not, and then the official called it. So
36-0 is the score after the 1-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Carter Aslan. They call it a run. It was just a QB sneak. For Junction City, not a lot has happened tonight on offense. Had a couple of big plays. Justice Finati's had a couple of nice runs. We haven't seen him push the ball down the field on offense, primarily because really Gomez hadn't had a lot of time to throw.
Well, Manhattan's just bringing a lot of pressure. And when you're not able to run the ball and they're able to blitz considerably like they are and blitz their linebackers and blitz some safeties, and a lot of times when they're in that cover zero, that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring pressure and gamble on the fact that their pressure is going to keep you from throwing the football downfield, and that's what they've done tonight, and their gamble has worked. And it's not that the Blue Jay offensive line hasn't done a good job at times tonight, and most of the time tonight. It's just that when they're able to overload a side like that, there's nothing you can do.
Vikander will kick it away. Scholar Brown's going to field it at the 25-yard line. Going to try to take it down that far side. Scholar Brown out to the 35 and up to the 37-yard line before he's tackled. So pretty good field position after the penalty on Manhattan. Force a deeper kickoff.
Sorry. What they do, and this is the thing, is that when they're going to blitz like that, you have to be able to draw some screens or maybe some little now routes or just run the ball right at them up the middle. Manhattan's gambling, but the Blue Jays have not been able to get that middle run like they were earlier going in this game, and that's what takes the pressure off. That's what makes them stop blitzing, and Manhattan's had that success, and so they're just going to continue to blitz. At some point, they'll probably call off the dogs here a little bit, but their starters are still out there.
Another score update. Topeka Hayden 28, Wamego 14 into the third quarter. Here comes a running play. This is Aaron Woods. Brings it near side. Cuts up field. The sophomore out to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 7 yards. Hey, we've seen Aaron Woods. He's just a sophomore. He runs the football really hard.
Yeah, Manhattan's starting to sub some kids in now. But Woods doing a nice job. He's run the ball. Last week he ran the ball the majority of the time for the Blue Jays because Fanati and Pro Eddie weren't able to play. But Woods can run the ball very successfully.
Gomez takes the shotgun snap. Another running play to Woods. Tries to break free, but an ankle tackle gets him in the backfield on the stop right there. Colby Altavote. Wanted to go back to that real quickly. Speak of Hayden the other night, Keisha released their classifications. Speak of Hayden going up to 4A next year.
Well, and they used to be 4A.
So a lot of
they're
teams
going back to
where they used to be.
Flipping back and forth, and you're starting to see a lot of that is because some of these teams have moved up to 6A. Some of these Kansas City schools and a lot of that's what pushed them down, but now you're starting to see those Wichita schools move back up to 6A that were 5A for a little while, like Heights and Wichita Northwest, moving back up to 6A. But you're right, Anthony, starting to see some of these classifications level back out again to where they were a few years ago.
3rd and 6, the Blue Jays going to keep it on the ground. Fanati tried to break it outside, but there's nowhere to go. And Manhattan just swarms back to the 40-yard line. Be a loss of a yard right there. 4th down, you got to think the Blue Jays are going to bring the punt team out, and they will. Fanati kind of slow to get up. Certainly hope he's all right after he was injured last week. Coach Zimmerman talking to Fanati about running lanes when he comes off the field. Hope for a better snap this time. Hopefully Kingston Timms can get a good punt away. Our opponent, the Blue Jays, faced a couple of weeks ago, losing tonight. Gardner-Edgerton 21, Lawrence High School 14.
I thought that would be how that game would probably
Pro Eddie with a good snap right here, and Kingston Tim gets this one away, and now Kingston Tim lands awkwardly. A great tackle by the Blue Jays on the return team. I just hope Kingston Tim's all right. He landed awkwardly and then kind of limps up to the 40-yard line.
That was Blake Pro Eddie that got down there and made the tackle.
5:35 to go in the third. 36-0, Manhattan has the lead. So for Junction City, as mentioned, doesn't get easier after this week. Hayes comes to town next week, and then you get Topeka High. And, hey, Topeka High, as it stands right now, is undefeated.
Yeah, Topeka High. So there's a team that was really good during the Walt Alexander years, had some really good success. Blue Jays played them several times in the playoffs and during the regular season. But what's interesting is, and they would play them during the regular season and then in the playoffs, but what's interesting is then they kind of had a few down years, but looks like they're getting back on track at Topeka High.
First and 10 for Manhattan. We'll see if this is still the starters or if this is some backups. Aslan in the game, a running play right up the gut. They go with Hudley. Hudley out of the 45, still driving his feet. He's got the first down and all the way up to the 48-yard line to a pickup of 13 yards right there. That is one thing about that running back. He keeps his feet moving forward, and like you said, just keeps going in the right direction. Jaden Hudley hadn't had a lot of carries coming into tonight. He's been the feature back, and I'd say, Brian, moving forward, he's earned himself some more carries.
Well, he's a senior, 6 foot. You know, it's amazing how many kids on this Manhattan football team that are their running backs, their tight ends, their H-backs are over 200 pounds. They're just big, strong kids.
Now first and 10 from the Manhattan 48-yard line. Offset eye. Dobson goes from right to left. Here's a pitch play to Camario Davis. Davis cuts it upfield, going to be tackled at the 30-yard line, or the 50-yard line, A couple of Blue Jays right there. Jalen Morgan. Larkin Turner called his name a lot tonight. Good game so far from Larkin Turner. And they're going to say it's going to be 2nd and 7 from the Junction City 49-yard line. Carter Aslan, have to imagine if they get it in the end zone here or score, this will probably be the last drive of the night for the Manhattan offense. Starting offense, I should say. 2nd down and 7, 4:21 and counting. Manhattan just keeping the ball on the ground, keeping that clock moving. Another running play to Camario Davis. The Blue Jays are all over it. In the backfield first, Jackson Hawley. I like the potential for Jackson Hawley, a very tall, lean kid, 6'6", 195 junior. I'll tell you what, he could be a pretty good defensive lineman if he stays at it.
Definitely. He definitely can, and he's got good eyes. You can see that he reads things well. He doesn't get himself where he's getting blocked a lot, and so he stays low and is able to get his gap responsibility.
3rd down and 7, no gain right there. Two receivers lined up near side. Dobson and Jack Crocker. Two receivers go to the right. Carter Aslan out of the shotgun. To his right is Jaden Hudley. 3rd down and 7 from the Junction City 49. Aslan looking to throw. Throws far side. Pass is caught. I believe that's J.J. Dunnigan up to the 40-yard line. Forward progress is stopped. Don't throw a lot, but they've been successful when they have. It's Camario Davis, one of the running backs. Camario Davis had a good night tonight. And it's 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Just some of that intermediate passing game that they have right there. They'll get some slants, maybe hit some curls. They like to work from the seams out. Very rarely do they throw the ball over the middle.
1st and 10 Indians. If they score here, if they score a touchdown, it would be a running clock in the 4th quarter. It's 40 points or more. You've got a running clock the rest of the way. 1st and 10 Indians. Out of the shotgun they go. Two tight ends in the game. Tight formation for Manhattan, leading 36-0. Running play. Hudley on that right side. Great stiff arm. Jamarcus Tyson stays on him. And out to the 35-yard line he goes for a short gain. I tell you, just between the stiff arms, the hard running, I really like this running back for the Indians.
Well, and the thing is again, that's what I mean. They always lean. Their momentum's always going forward. They rarely get pushed back. Once they make contact, they're taught. They lean forward. That's what you teach them. That's what you're supposed to teach your backs to do, but Manhattan does it so well. Very rarely does a guy get pushed back. They almost always get that lean and get that extra half yard to a yard.
Gain of 4 right there. 2nd down and 6. 2:05 to go in the 3rd. Very tight formation. Two receivers tight to the right. Ball's on the right hash. Crocker as a receiver near side. Shotgun snap. There it is. They're going to run a reverse near side. The Blue Jays are all over it. Great job reading it. Summerlin wrestled down in the backfield for a loss of about 2 yards. Tried to do a reverse, and now the Blue Jays have someone down on the field. I believe this is Jamarcus Tyson. And it is. Kind of tackling him on top of himself. He's kind of holding right by that collarbone area. Hope he's all right. Jogs off the field. So it's going to be a short stoppage of play. And make it 3rd down and a long 9. I'm going to call it 3rd and 10 after the stop. 1:36 to go in the quarter. 36-0 Manhattan leads. Time and score update brought to you by Victory Clinic. We'll see if they go back to the air here. Two receiver sets, split out to each side. Dobson lined up, goes from left to right in the slot. Aslan out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls the pocket right, looks to throw, throws way too high, sails over the head of the tight end Rylan Vikander. 4th down and 9, more like 4th and 10 from the Blue Jay 39-yard line. We'll see. You have to imagine they're going to go for it here, leading 36-0. It's the little things you got to try and build on, and getting a stop here by the Blue Jays. Yes, you're still down by several scores, but still the first team offense for Manhattan. You're going to try to take the positives where you can get them.
Well, sure. Anytime you're on the field, you're going to use that as a learning opportunity. Continue to run your schemes. Continue to do what you need to do. The Blue Jays covered that last play well.
4th and 10, I'm going to call it. 3 receivers set near side. Now from left to right goes Hudley. There's the shotgun snap. Alone on the gun is the quarterback, Aslan. Pass is going to be intercepted by the Blue Jays. And down he goes. Justice Fanati had the interception. Carter Aslan throws his 2nd interception of the night. And he makes the stop right there.
What that was, we talk about the dart versus the paper airplane, and right there he needed to throw a paper airplane. They were trying to run a middle screen. They had the middle screen set up. Fanati did a good job because he recognized it. And he started to step in where the back was and was almost waiting for the back to get the ball. And when Aslan threw the ball, he high-pointed it because he read it so perfectly and did a great job right there getting that ball and catching it and advancing it a little bit. But the thing that I liked most there was that he recognized the play, and that was great assignment sound football. He stayed with the back and waited, and once he saw the ball, he went and got it.
Thought he had a chance to take it for a touchdown. He had 2 blockers out in front of him as well, but Aslan made the tackle. 1st and 10, Blue Jays at the Manhattan 45-yard line. Gomez looking to throw, steps up. Now he's going to be rushed, throws near side, and sails it out of bounds with 58 seconds to go in the quarter. Smart throw just to get it away, not throwing it in any danger.
And one thing tonight I've noticed, though, that, and this is not necessarily knock on Conrad Gomez because we've seen him do it enough this year, but right there, that's one of those where instead of trying to run away from the pressure, step up in the pocket like we've seen him do this year. Go ahead and step up. There was room for him to step up in the pocket right there and deliver that football, and he'll get it. He'll do that. He's still learning. This is a learning experience for him, too, but that was a perfect opportunity to step up in the pocket and deliver the ball.
2nd down and 10 from the Manhattan 46. Coach Zimmerman calling out the plays. Aaron Woods at running back. 3 receivers go to the left. There's the shotgun snap. Rolling far side. And there you talk about stepping up in the pocket again. Throws it, passes caught. Chris Coy at the 45. A flag does fly. Avery Florence loses his helmet.
Chances are that's going to be holding. Anytime a play goes that long and you're trying to throw to the backside of the play like that, a lot of times it's going to be a hold.
We'll see why Avery Florence lost his helmet. He's going to come out of the game right here. 46 seconds to go in the quarter. And now it's going to be...
They're not making him come out, so he must not have lost his helmet. He must have taken it off.
I was going to say, or it could be potentially hands to the face. Personal foul.
Good job. Yep, you're right.
Hands to the face on the defense. And now another flag's going to fly after the referee is talking on the mic, and then the other official right next to Florence.
Somebody said something. One of the Blue Jays said something.
The official was talking near Avery Florence. And then I'm not sure really what happened. As the official was on the microphone making out the call. And now Coach Zimmerman and Coach Chase Jones talking to him as he comes off. Let's see. The officials are talking about it.
It's going to be a net zero there. That's what's going to happen.
Hudson Bohannon, 55, runs into the game. Kind of looks like Avery Florence just took himself out.
No, I think the coaches took him out. I think the penalty's on him.
I've never seen that before when one official is making the call about what the penalty was, and at the same time he's speaking, another flag flies. Coach Chase Jones talking to Florence right now. You have to imagine, like you said, he said something. I seen the official act like he was pointing real hard the other way, signaling first down, which to me tells me maybe they were getting upset with Florence for celebrating while the official was talking. I'm not exactly sure, just pure speculation. They've spotted the ball at the 43-yard line. So like you said, probably just a net zero because that's where Chris Coy was tackled. Boy, this is interesting. We've had all kinds of stoppage of plays this year. First Lawrence game, it was cramping. Last week was weather delay. Here's the official call. Unsportsmanlike taunting, the official said. All right, partner, I'm going to have you explain that. You had your headset off. You were listening to the official.
I wanted to hear what he had to say. Okay. You had the
the official takes down. And
illegal hands to the face, Manhattan. Then after the play, taunting on the Blue Jays. So they get the first down with the 15 yards, but then they lose the 15 yards, so it's first down from the spot that we're at. So it's basically a net 0 yards for the Blue Jays, but they still get the first down.
Which was big because it was going to be third down. And now we've got another stoppage of play by the White Hat. It was interesting how he worded that, though, because he said, while I was speaking.
Well, he's right. I mean, just like you said.
And now there's another stoppage of play. But as I was saying, we've had a lot of interesting stoppages of plays this year. One against Lawrence was the cramping. Last week was the weather, and now we've got several penalties here in the second
Well, and the
half.
officials will get it right. And I have to honestly tell you, I'll be very frank. Sometimes I can have a tendency, as you know, to maybe question officials a little bit. We'll put it that way. But the officiating's been really good this year. All season long, I think the officiating's been impressive. They're getting the calls right. They're taking the time to converse here in the Centennial League and also in the Wichita area. But the Wichita area, the officiating's always good.
Well, but I was just saying how interesting it is. How we've had interesting stoppages of plays.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just very interesting. It seems like each game presents something new that we haven't seen before. There's the shotgun snap. Wood steps up and pass protection. Floats it far side. Pass is picked. Intercepted. This is going to be returned for a touchdown for Manhattan. That is J.J. Dunnigan down the far side. Interception return for a touchdown. He's a receiver, folks, and it's a pick six. And Manhattan leads 42-0.
Yeah, again, Conrad, I'm not sure. I think he's the one that's down, but I'm not sure exactly what he was doing there because he stepped back. He threw off his back foot, and there was nobody there. I mean, there was nobody there. So, again, I hope he's okay. I'm pretty sure he's the player that's down right now.
He's taken several shots. It looks like the coaching staff is out there attending to him. We're going to step aside. We'll be back with more right after this.
For athletes with injuries, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center's physical therapy has one goal: returning you to your sport quickly, safely, and in your best possible shape. Instead of being sidelined indefinitely, work with physical therapists for individualized sport-specific activities and injury-specific interval drills. The greatest comebacks start here at Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center, proud official orthopedic surgeons for K-State Athletics. For more information, visit kansasortho.com.
Are you a Kansas or Nebraska high school senior who's thinking about your next steps after high school? If so, you qualify for Cloud County Community College's $500 Early Bird Scholarship. All you have to do is visit campus before December 13th and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you get a $500 scholarship guaranteed. So come visit Cloud and see why our students are Cloud proud. On your visit, you'll see our campus, meet with an academic advisor, and get a chance to have all your questions answered. Set up your campus visit today by giving us a call at 800-729-5101 extension 212 or visiting us online at cloud.edu/admissions.
Welcome back to Junction City High School. Conrad Gomez was the one injured, so certainly hope he's okay. Looks to be doing all right as he walks off the field under his own power. Interception return for a touchdown on the far side right there. Looked like a receiver. J.J. Dunnigan took it all the way to the house. 42-0 is the score. Manhattan leads. Snap, hold, and the kick. Looks like it was partially blocked. There's another flag on the field.
Lavelle Autry, hopefully he didn't leave early, but he might have. He might have gotten offside, but that's the second one he's blocked this year, but I think he may have left a little early there.
Oftentimes, that seems a lot of how those kicks are blocked. They just leave a little bit early. It was offsides. So they're going to replay the kick, and obviously the kick did not go through, so they're going to try this one again. 42-0, Ryland Vikander, the kicker. Very good kicker for Manhattan. 16 of 17 coming into this game. He's been perfect so far tonight. They did have a two-point conversion try that missed. There's the snap, and the kick is on the way. The kick is good. It's 43-0. Manhattan leads it with 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. At this point, with Conrad Gomez getting injured, Brian, it looks like he's going to put his helmet back on and try to go back in there.
Yeah, and hopefully he's okay. And again, I'm not being overly critical. He's been under a lot of pressure tonight, but he's going to continue to learn. Coaches, talk about it, and you hear him in practicing, get rid of it or run to the side or whatever. But sometimes when you want to run and there's nothing there, it's just you're trying to look for something. And, again, I think he just tried to force that a little bit right there.
Just for confirmation, I was able to go back. Thanks to the students that are doing the live stream this year. I had thought it was J.J. Dunnigan, and it was, who got the pick six. So he scored several offensive touchdowns. And like I said, Brian, we're all K-State fans in this area. K-State has recently offered him. So
he's a good football player. Great corner.
Just
good
a junior.
Receiver. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he ends up playing offense or defense in college. Just a junior, so next year could really tell a lot for this kid's future. But again, though, on the offensive side of the ball is a lot tougher to play on sometimes in college. And so he may end up playing corner, but he could very well end up playing receiver, too. He's a very talented kid, strong, good hands.
And Vikander kicks it away. This is a deep kick. Vorns takes it at the 3-yard line. So here comes a return from Jamarcus Vorns. That is going to be cut down just shy of the 20 at about the 18-yard line. And we'll see if Conrad Gomez goes back out there. Looks to be the backup quarterback was warming up for the Blue Jays. The backup is Brody Beckman. But Conrad Gomez, after throwing a couple of interceptions tonight, going to head back out there. Most of all, we're just glad to see that he's all right.
But that's the right thing to do. It's a good thing to do. Get your quarterback back on the horse. Have him get back out there and continue to work. And Conrad, again, we've seen some really good things out of Conrad this year. He's going to continue to learn. This is just his fourth varsity start. This is the best team we've seen this year. Really good defense. And so Conrad will continue plugging away here.
43-0 is the score. Two backs in the backfield. Receivers split out wide. There's the running. They're going to pitch it to Fanati in the backfield. Fanati cuts up field. And I think he's going to lose a yard, and that's the way we end the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it's all Manhattan. The Indians lead it 43-0 in a rivalry game on homecoming night. We're back with fourth quarter action after this.
Hi, this is Brian Field from Cardinal Insurance. Cardinal Insurance is a trusted choice independent insurance agency who writes insurance through several different insurance companies. We work hard to find the right company for you. And as a proud Junction City High School alum and former Blue Jay athlete, I know how hard our Blue Jays work to proudly represent Junction City High School and our community. That's why we are a proud sponsor of Blue Jay Broadcasts. For more information, go to cardinalinsuranceservices.com and go Blue Jays.
There's hope for depression, even treatment-resistant depression. I'm Dr. Christy Clark from Victory Clinic. TRD is a common condition when antidepressants don't work. Does this sound like you? If so, you are not alone. TRD is treatable. Victory Clinic in Junction City and Manhattan offers TMS and Spravato, both effective, safe, and approved treatments for TRD. Blue Cross and TRICARE accepted. Visit victoryclinics.com. Call or text us today because you are worthy of wellness.
The Blue Jays on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK.
Welcome back to Blue Jay Stadium. I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field. Ryan Norton up here in the press box with us, along with Dr. Reginald Eggleston. Great time tonight, homecoming night. Obviously, the game not going the way the Blue Jays had hoped. But certainly appreciate everyone who's helped make this broadcast happen. Conrad Gomez in the game, looking to throw. Gomez under pressure and sacked at the 5-yard line. Ball pops out. Dobson picks it up and goes into the end zone. They're going to say Conrad Gomez was down, though. And the clock's going to run continuously due to the 40-point lead. But now it's a huge loss on the play. They're going to move it forward, progress back up to the 7-yard line.
Just looking to see, there were some people were pointing. I think that's what they were pointing at, some of the fans talking about the forward progress there. But Conrad said, he's had to really work hard to avoid a lot of the pressure tonight by the – oh, boy.
And the snap is going to go out of bounds. The Blue Jays tried to kick it out of the back of the end zone. Is it going to be a touchdown or is it going to be a safety? Did the Blue Jays jump on it or who's got the football?
Safety. The Blue Jays got it.
It is going to be a safety. 45-0 is the score.
Is that Fanati that jumped on it? Trying to look and see who that was. I believe it was.
Boy, the disastrous night for Junction City continues, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll continue with fourth quarter action.
Offices function better with office supplies. The pen you're writing with? Office Supply. The desk calendar your elbows on? Office Supply. The file folders on your desk and the sticky notes on them? Office Supplies. You get the idea. Now, where do you get supplies? Key Office Products in Salina and Junction City bring office supplies to you. Purchase online, then have Key Office deliver. Small and bulk orders, office furniture, and copiers. Shop local. Shop Key Office at keyofficeproducts.com.
Welcome back to Blue Jay Stadium. Tough night continues for Junction City. A safety right there. Score update. Topeka Hayden and Wamego tied at 28 apiece. 45-0 is the score here in Junction City. Manhattan with the lead. And the Blue Jays will pooch kick it. So moving on next week, Brian, how do you try and regroup after something like this?
Well, next week's not going to be easier because I'm not so sure. I think some people might be surprised to hear me say this. I am not so sure that Hayes isn't a better football team than Manhattan. They almost won that game last week. They forced Manhattan to make some errors, and they forced some things. But Hayes had that football game won last week. Manhattan, just being Manhattan, got in there and scored with a few seconds left to win that football game. So it was a good game. Hayes is just as good a football team as Manhattan is.
Heilman kicks this one deep, going to be returned to the 25-yard line. Gabe Summerlin has it. Right up the middle he goes to the 50-yard line. Run into his own man and taken down to the 45-yard line of Junction City. 41-0, Hayes leading Garden City. So there's another score for next week to monitor. Hayes going to be coming in here at 3-1.
41-0. Mm-hmm.
Manhattan beat Garden City 57-41 in week 1. So Hayes going to be coming in here 3-1.
Hayes has held Garden City scoreless, and Garden City was moving the football in Manhattan in that game some, and scored. So again, Hayes is going to be tough. Hayes is going to be a very tough opponent next week for the Blue Jays. And again, this is just we knew talking about at the beginning of the year, this is a very tough schedule for the Blue Jays. Maybe the toughest schedule the Blue Jays have had in a really, really long time. Maybe even as long as 20, 30 years.
1st and 10 for the Manhattan Indians. Quarterback is now Finn Watson for Manhattan. Interesting story real quick for you, Brian. I actually worked with Finn Watson not too long ago when I was in school at K-State. So
Interesting. There
Interesting. You go. Tell you what, it's 2 years ago that I last worked with him, and he was a real little short guy, so he's grown quite a bit since
then. Has he? Yeah,
so
there you go.
Good for him. Finn Watson, 5'11", 165-pound junior backup quarterback for Manhattan. Short gain on the run right there, 2nd down and 8. A lot of the backups in now for the Indians, who are going to improve to 4-0 on the year. 45-0, 8:09 to go in the game. Junction City just trying to get on the scoreboard. We'll see if they can get a stop first. Quarterback keeper Watson has it. And the Blue Jays knock him down to the 45 for a loss of a yard. And with that running clock is just ticking like crazy here in the 4th.
Yeah, 7:52 to go here in the 4th.
Blue Jays are going to be at home the next 2 weeks. You get Hayes next weekend here. The weekend following, Friday night following that, will be against Topeka High. I tell you what, despite the outcome tonight, the crowd has been good. The cheer squad has been good.
It's been a great night. Class of 74 was here having their 50th class reunion. I've seen a lot of different. Jared Landreth is an alum that was here. We talked about Nate Kozlowski earlier. Amy Rather, who was Amy McLaren in high school in my class.
3rd and 10, running play. Kamario Davis has got the ball inside the 40, driving his way forward. Don't think he got the first down. Nice job by the Blue Jays. Larkin Turner and Jaden Mears stop him just short and then help him up. So you got to appreciate the rivalry, but still being friendly and showing good sportsmanship.
And Amy, of course, was in my class back in high school, and she was married
the class
to
of
1989. She's married to Dan Rather, who was also in our class. But Amy's an administrator here in the USD 475 school district. She's a principal at Eisenhower Elementary and was at Franklin at one time as a principal.
4th down and 3 from the Junction City 37-yard line. Finn Watson, the backup quarterback in the game. Running play. Kamario Davis has it. He's got the first down inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line.
I think, did I say Brad? I meant Daniel Rather. Did I say Brad? I meant Brad. I said Daniel Rather, who was in our class, is her husband. And anyway, there's some more alumni here. I've seen quite a few different alumni, some younger ones too that, it's interesting because you see them and you know if they went to school, here's some of them that are younger and you don't necessarily remember their names. Some of the kids that graduated maybe 6-8 years ago, and you look at them and gosh, they've changed, and you're like, man, is that who I think it is? And you don't really know for sure. But a lot of people here tonight, and pretty cool.
So now 1st and 10 for the Indians at the Blue Jay 26-yard line. Receivers split out each wide. All the backups in the game for Manhattan. Running play. Davis has it, cuts upfield. Davis is a pretty good running back. Down inside the 15-yard line. Down to the 12 he goes. Kamario Davis plays with the first team as well, but he's getting his way with the second team. And it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. 1st and 10 from the Junction City 12-yard line.
He finished that run really strong, kept his legs moving, and just leaned forward. Again, we talk about that lean all the time.
Clock ticking away inside. 5:25 to go in the game. We'll get to some of our sponsors here in just a second. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make these games happen. Speaking of sponsors, make sure to stay tuned to the Cardinal Insurance post-game show coming up. Watson hands it off to Davis. Davis spins inside the 10, and he's going to go down to the 7-yard line. Looks like you got some of the backups in there on the Blue Jay defense as well. Try to get some of these names mentioned for Junction City. Marcus Boganowski, number 16. Number 8, Jeremiah Howard. He plays for the first team. He's in there. 36 for Junction City. Daryl Edwards. 24, Jason Neal.
Landon Bean has been in there at linebacker.
Kobe Johnson, Jaden Mears.
Well, Jaden Mears, of course, a starter, but he's still in there some.
2nd down and 4 from the 6. Davis, running play. Bounces it outside. Going to lose a couple yards. Kind of got tripped up there by the turf monster.
And actually, number 12 was right in there for the Blue Jays, too. Jaden Mears, a senior. But he was coming up to make the tackle if he wouldn't have. And so he was right there. But, again.
Elijah Perez, a senior. He's in there.
Let's give Manhattan credit, though. They've just played so hard tonight. Their offensive line has just been very, very solid tonight. Their defense was good, but most impressively, I think, has been their offensive front and what they've done. And we're going to mention them here in just a second.
4 minutes to go in the game. 45-0. Manhattan leading Junction City, driving again. Quarterback keeper Finn Watson has it inside the 10, down to the 5, driving his way. Close to the line to gain and then shoved back. He's going to be a yard short. Boy, Brian, score update right here. How about this? Topeka High goes to 4-0. 47-14 over Emporia. So
wow,
obviously Emporia not, a top-level opponent, but 4-0 for Topeka High with a new head coach.
Yeah, and he's maybe turning that around here because Topeka High hasn't been 4-0 probably in 4 or 5 seasons.
He's a good coach. He was down in the Wichita area at Augusta for several years. So 4th and 2, they're going to call it. About a yard and a half. We'll see if the Blue Jay defense can hold him out of the end zone. Finn Watson at quarterback. Kamario Davis, the running back. Out of the shotgun set, receiver split out wide. We'll see if the Blue Jay defense can stand firm. Davis has it. Running play. Drives his way into the end zone for a Manhattan touchdown.
Again, just that they went right through that B gap right there. A nice play. But, I want to mention, too, because Manhattan's offensive line, only one senior. One's a sophomore, and the other 2 are juniors. So they're going to have the core of their offensive line coming back again next year. That just goes to show you, but they're big, strong kids when you take a look at who they are. But Caden Dabini, he's their right guard. Their left guard's Brandon Stroud. Their right tackle's Grayson Wassenberg. And then their left tackle, of course, is Garrison Vikander. And then the center, Trey Hoover. His older brother was also a center for Manhattan.
You mentioned Dabini. That's the son of the soccer coach over in Manhattan.
Trey Hoover's a senior at center.
So there was a penalty right there. They're going to snap it and kick it again. Finn Watson, the holder this time. The kick on the way. The kick is good. That's the backup kicker, number 16 for Manhattan, Max Henry. And it's 52-0. The clock ticking away. Let's go ahead and take a break. Back with more after this quick timeout.
Getting you and your student athlete back to health is our goal at Mathis Physical Therapy in Junction City. At Mathis, you can receive treatments such as blood flow restriction, dry needling, and concussion or injury assessments all inside our clinic, conveniently located at the Athletic Training Center on the east side of town. If you are suffering from back pain or your student athlete has an injury that just won't go away, our team of physical therapists are here to help. Learn more at mathispt.com. Get well and stay well with Mathis Physical Therapy in Junction City. Go Blue Jays.
Welcome back to Junction City High School. Clock ticking away. I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field. I want to go through and thank all of our sponsors, Central National Bank, Cardinal Insurance, Victory Clinic, JC Abstract and Title, and Cloud County Community College, the Geary County campus. Continuing on with all of our great sponsors, Jim Clark Chevrolet, Eagle Rail Car Services, Mathis Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center, and Key Office. So once again, thanks to all of our great sponsors. Clock continued to run through the break after the touchdown, so now under 60 seconds to go.
Logan Lindsley sitting out in front of us here. He's been sitting out in front of us all night, class of 23. He was a center for the Junction City Blue Jays.
There's a kick. Going to be a deep returnable kick, and the ball's going to go over the head of the Blue Jays, back inside the 5, and the Junction City Blue Jays just fall on it at the 5-yard line. Falling on it is the freshman Alex Lugo. Not sure whose hands it went through. It wasn't Lugo's, and now I don't think Junction City is going to have to run a play. 25 seconds to go and counting, and I think that's going to do it for tonight. The Blue Jays going to fall 52-0. A tough night. Junction City is going to fall to 1-3 on the year. It was all about the Manhattan Indians, and it's unfortunate it was homecoming night for the Blue Jays. But Manhattan's going to go to 4-0. Junction City is going to fall to 1-3. And that's the game. There's the final buzzer. And Brian Field, we will continue with the Cardinal Insurance postgame show here in just a second. We're going to step aside when we come back. We'll have the Cardinal Insurance postgame show, and we'll talk about what's coming up next for the Junction City Blue Jays. Cardinal Insurance postgame show straight ahead on 107.9 FM and 1420 KJCK, Junction City.
Picture this, Junction City, Kansas, 1884. A businessman organizes the Central Kansas Bank. It has a fireproof vault, a burglar-proof safe, and a time lock to secure deposits. My name is Lindsay Snyder, and I am honored to say 140 years later that Central National Bank is still one of the strongest banks in Kansas. It's money for your life and the generations who will come after you.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Keep our nation's supply chain moving. Join the team at Eagle Railcar in Junction City, where we take pride in servicing railcars. From welding, painting, cleaning, to entry-level positions, we've got a job for you. Eagle Railcar Services is a full-service railcar repair and maintenance facility, and they're looking for hard-working team members. Enjoy top-tier benefits, including 401k, tuition reimbursement, scholarships, paid training, holidays, PTO, and comprehensive insurance. Apply today at eaglerailcar.com/careers. Eagle Railcar Services, proud sponsors of Blue Jay Athletics.
Welcome back to Blue Jay Stadium. Tough one tonight for Junction City. The Manhattan Indians win, and they get the silver trophy right now. And Junction City falls to Manhattan for the 4th straight year. I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field. This is the Cardinal Insurance postgame show. And I'll tell you what, Brian, for being rival, a lot of good sportsmanship being shown right now. The silver trophy going back to Manhattan.
Well, and that's what it's about, that silver trophy. We talk about it all the time. It's about the sportsmanship of the rivalry to remind these players that in the end, yeah, you want to win it. You want to take that trophy home, but it's all about the sportsmanship. And there's been some years, there's a lot of stuff. People talk about it, a lot of chatter, between the student bodies and some of the things that go on Twitter, and that's all unfortunate. But what really matters is the players on the field. It's how they respond, and they're good sports, and you like to see that. And that's what's important. And right now, you saw the Blue Jays just hand the officials, I should say, hand the trophy back to Manhattan because they've had it now this will be their 4th year.
Veteran Bartolome, Chris Coy, and Lavelle Autry in there. Junction City watching the handover. Chris Bogenhagen and the AD, Mike Marsh, for Manhattan, exchange a handshake. And now the Blue Jays will go back and do their huddle. Manhattan will go and do theirs.